Welcome to session 11, folks, of the Sophisticated Murder Hobos.
Woo!
For a fate point. Would anyone like to... Oh, wait. Leon was not present, so we don't want to spoil Leon.
Or do we?
No.
Oh, no.
So...
To be fair, he was laid up with a burnt leg.
So, you know how normally in-game time for sessions is like numbering in weeks and months? So last session, barely 2 days passed.
Okay.
So, what have you been doing for the past 2 days?
Where were we?
You were in the city of Keita, and you were looking for a witch.
We were tracking one, remember? Out in a big field.
We were tracking a witch. It's been so long. We were tracking a witch out in a big field, out in Keita.
She had an escort. She'd go riding a couple times a week.
So...
Oh, we were monitoring her activity.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you got burned
rescuing me from sexual assault.
from certain temptation.
Started a couple buildings on fire.
When you threw the lantern through the window, except you missed the first time and it, like, burst.
Ah,
on you.
yes. Now I remember.
Yeah, so you were burnt fairly badly, and, well, not... You needed to run some cold water on it, or something like that. So,
Yeah.
what have you been doing for the past 2 days? And if you say, I've just been being laid up, recovering from being burned, that's fine.
Is this city war-torn otherwise?
Nope.
No?
This city is untouched by the war.
And my companions are otherwise...
Pretending to
out.
be lepers, yes.
I would like to look about the city
Okay?
for what I would presume to be cost-effective goods to bring back to Soren.
Okay, so you would like to do some import-export type things.
Yes.
I understand. Okay.
That was my main question on the ride here was, what are we really doing? Other than just being pawns in
In a great game.
a
You know, I had the
machine.
same question.
What's in this
the
for
other
me? Numero uno.
And I'm like, this is what I do. So, let's get to doing.
Alright, so I guess I would ask you to tell me a test that you are going to make that is going to help me help you find something that would be equitable to purchase for import.
Did you want the world map?
Well, I would
Wood.
say that supplier-wise is a beginning.
Alright,
Uh,
have that. Are you looking to set the particular obstacle, or do you want an open test?
we'll go with an open test.
Alright.
I have my affiliation with the River Smuggling Group. It's a 2D. Would that reach down here?
So it would, if you want to make a circles test to find someone that's in the river smuggling circle, or in the outcast circle that's a smuggler that can help you on this test, that would be fine.
That would be good. Okay.
Okay? So
Let's start there
let's
then.
assemble
Circle.
the obstacle for the circles test. So you want someone with the same life path, basically. Am I understanding that?
Yes.
So... Alright, so, starts as OB1, same life path, no change, same station or rank,
And
no
the
change.
River Runners aren't necessarily an outlaw organization.
Could be city.
But yeah,
Okay,
you know,
that's fine.
my reputation is otherwise. but-
Disposition or knowledge common to the circle, I would still go with that, yeah, sure. But in order to find that person within the next 2 days, that's probably going to be a +2 obstacle.
Okay.
because it's unusual that someone that far up would per se be this far down on a different river. So that brings it to an obstacle 3 circles test,
Yes, okay. So that's circles plus my affiliation?
plus any reputation. Yes.
Okay. And I get full die. Okay, yeah. Eh?
2.
Darn. Okay, so we have 3 successes.
Okay. 3 total.
3 total.
Okay, so you meet the obstacle. The person does not get a name, but you find somebody who's like, "Oh, hey, dude," and you have met them before. You can't quite place them. It's one of those, "Oh, hey, you dead?" Yeah.
We saw
What's
that
going on
trade
now with that time and
the guy.
my sister?
Yeah.
So, you've got somebody that can help you on this test with 1 helper die. And they could probably help you on a few other tests.
Okay.
But then, after this transaction, they shall melt into the ether.
And forever, they'll go on to the next town.
Or something, yeah.
Something like that. Okay, so... What do we want to base this on? Black market wise? Or supplier wise?
You can do one and fork into the other.
True. We're not in Yvel anymore, correct?
Nope, correct.
What's the language spoken here?
So it is a split between Clendon and Tamark.
Ooh, if I knew both, would I get a die?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's it for finding the people, because haggling, appraisal, etc. don't really help finding people. Open test, I believe.
For, this is still just a wise test, yeah?
This is a wise, yes.
Yeah, open test.
Oh,
Cat.
that's just
Sad.
dog doo-doo. There's the Morgan dice. 3 1s, 2 2s, and a 6.
See, this is what I do for you guys.
This
But now, if at any
This
point
makes
you
you-
want to run the Burning Wheel game, I'm happy to roll plenty of ones as a player.
yeah.
Want to switch?
You really want to switch?
Okay, so
Oh.
could run star systems.
We'll talk. That's not how you spell circles. Okay, so you have 1 success on supplier-wise. Makes supplier-wise test. Will be 1. So I believe that's going to be common knowledge. So, things that are common knowledge. Let me... Oh, right behind me. Look at a map.
And in this case, I would not be looking for common knowledge or goods that would be like, hey, you can bring a bunch of timber up there, you know, kind of thing. What would be in demand? Medical supplies, booze. No, they have the. Oh yeah, what about our contacts?
Probably textiles.
Textiles?
Yeah, like
Textiles?
textiles. That's it. Fabrics. You know, things that require time to produce and kind of are used in everything.
That's valid, yeah.
You know, clothing, blankets, furniture. It all uses textiles.
That it does. So, just give me. Sorry, I think I'm taking.
Oh no,
some-
you're good. Who brewed the alcohol?
Ah, there's Churdens with an E, not an I. I found my old
I think
map.
Pebblehead.
Brewed alcohol?
The
No.
Britain?
That came
Yeah.
from the goblins.
What does E
Oh,
replace?
yes.
An
And
I.
the goblins are
Or
outside
no,
of.
Churidan. Churidan.
Quariet's,
Right.
Okay.
Korea
Quariet's,
crew.
crew had to ridden.
And did they make it to Keppa? Or Soren, sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get occupied
Did we
it.
make any deals with them?
There's many deals with them right now. There's many.
I don't
of them.
think we've made
Specific to the
No.
alcohol.
Any, no.
We have
Not
them
that I
designing our
recall.
plots.
Oh, what?
Or 3.
We have 3
Did you
plots.
ever review the tape for the plots?
Plots.
The building plots?
Oh, no.
Did I think I
Doesn't
missed
matter.
that part. We'll
'Cause
catch
I-
up in a second.
I swear that out, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. So, what you gather is that we're on a very large plain, and at the bottom of a, not the bottom, but you're in a river valley, so it's very fertile land. And so, more so than Wyval and Surin, that still have the mountains and hills on their eastern side. There is a lot more agriculture, even though there's plenty of agriculture out in Wyval and Surin locales. But additionally, Keita is still untouched by the war completely, and so its agriculture is fully up and running. So, foodstuffs, textiles, preserved meats, it has that in droves. You're also reminded of something that you knew but had kind of forgotten about, that Wyval and Versingit, the city to the north of Wyval, are oddities in that they have done away with slavery. And Surin had been occupied and then liberated, and in both cases kind of destroyed. And so that society had been turned on its head twice, so there was no surviving practice of slavery, unless you count the prisoners of war. But pretty much everywhere else still practices slavery, and Keita is no exception. So that's another thing that is for sale, slaves.
But finding a market north is not.
Or east.
Or east, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well then. As much as my Elite Dangerous playthrough told me to sell the slaves, we'll stick to otherwise not. Okay. I'll keep that knowledge away, and then before we leave, we'll make purchases.
Okay. And that's your 2 days? I can see that being your 2 days.
If I have time, I would try to look around for suppliers of said goods, but I can understand that being 2 days, yeah.
Yeah, okay. You can find them at the time. Alright. So, would anyone like to bring us up to speed about what happened over the past 2 days with the other 3 people?
No.
No?
But-
Okay. You want to abdicate for once?
No.
We could have Jade tell us the story.
How do you feel about you were telling Jade?
A lot happened.
Want me to crack at it? Do you wanna split up?
Yeah, you go ahead and I'll start filling in blanks.
So,
There you were, lepping it up.
you were having cured a entire leper household of leprosy, trying to get close to the guards of the witch, but we didn't know she's a witch, Rhoda, that Leone was searching for, getting saved from sexual harassment by Leone, burning down the tavern and himself. Afterwards, we had Aerith and Crag were a little stumped because Pocket was still on her little way from bringing her new little family all the way up to Surin and then riding back down to reunite with us.
Yes.
Did you miss that part? Go ahead.
So
Okay, so Pocket. Yeah.
yeah,
Pocket.
we
Let's back up even further.
we
Crag is a great one.
met a tribe of orcs in the woods on our way here, and he pretty much shish kebabbed their great one. And the first in charge after the great one says, "Oh, here is his people. Please slaughter them." And Pocket nearly lost her gosh darn mind and said, "Honor gift right here. Nothing's happening to these people. So to keep them safe, I took them all the way back to Soren and set them up with the goblins and talked to Valtheria. I got everything ready to go. Our 3 plots of land, possibly 3 more. We'll discuss it. Squared away and got back on the road. Got sick. Slowed me down a bit. So by the time I got into town, the guard was escorting these 2 yahoos out of the leper house."
All right. So these 2 lepers.
Before you get there, just to be clear, Jade has a family of pregnant orc women.
Yes.
That,
yes.
that was the crux of that issue.
There are 7 women and 13 kids. 5 of the 7 women are preggers.
Yep.
I now have.
This is okay though. I've never once heard either of them utter the word trade. So I'm starting to see a new
An opportunity.
guild of sorts.
So yeah,
A workers' guild.
I set the orcs
A
up
workers guild, if you
with
will.
the
Workers'
goblins
guild.
because goblins have more of an
They
equalistic
can build.
mindset
Yeah.
opposed to the orcs who have a lot more of a
Take.
males are better mindset.
Less misogynistic.
Yeah, but much more equal footing and less murdery.
Work with this when we get back. We can work with this.
So she got her posse secured.
Yeah, got them secured, got
Good.
the
Rode
town,
down.
and stalked these 2.
Rode
They're
down to
just
unite
jabbering
with
it
us some
up with the
kids,
guards.
I wasn't jabbering.
Well, that one was. Oh, the most important information that we have gotten so far. The most important information. This big leper's name is Brad.
I did name him Brad.
He is Brad.
Oh, I got another name.
The Brad. He is the Brad.
I think there was a little bit of extra spiciness before the guard escort.
Well, this one got stuck outside, and you went inside on your
Before
flat
the guard
zone.
escort,
For the guard.
we had the idea to lure the guards out
Oh
from
God,
the keep.
no, yes.
I don't know if you were there for that.
I
And so
Pocket wasn't there.
We're
for
talking
this.
her guards, right?
No,
all the guards
All the guards.
of the keep.
Keep guards of the really tall building.
You know, because
that you
we're
might
supposed
not
to
wanna engage
assassinate
with on your own.
the royal families inside.
Because that's historically how it goes. You cause a small
Oh wait, it wasn't
distraction
It wasn't
on the
small.
outside.
It
of the
wasn't
keep.
small.
Several
These two
Molotovs
here-
thrown over the wall.
Decided to just
Assault the keep.
arson private properties.
Oh, it wasn't. Well,
Hey, to be fair, I did not burn down a single building.
I can't say.
Several buildings were burnt down.
I was told half a city.
was like the world's worst game about a hot potato.
Some things are out of my control and therefore out of my concern.
Yeah, it's just
And following that kerfuffle,
that involve the lepers now.
Oh,
They
yeah.
unionize the lepers.
we did unionize the ex-lepers. I believe there was a run-in with the city guard, of which now 7 are dead from spear wounds.
They got
his
dumped
spear-
down the hole.
Yeah,
By city guards, this is pretty much neighborhood watch.
the neighborhood watch.
Yeah, so commoners. Yeah.
So
These
don't
two.
drink from that well because it'll be stinky.
Gotta get rid of the evidence.
The next
Blood!
day,
Blood everywhere! I wonder where all the dead people went. Oh, look, a well and a hole. Better not check there. No one in their right mind would dump anything there.
yeah. Next day, at the old leper house, the constable decided to visit to ask questions, because they're investigating all the dead guards.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's one
They had
does.
made the miraculous discovery that the lepers at the leper house did not have leprosy. And they're like, hey, what the fuck? And the lepers are like, oh, it's a miracle! We were healed!
Except for Brad.
Oh!
Brad was still on the mend.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, the fuck are you doing? I'm like, oh, our miraculous savior right here! And that's, kind of led into a sequence of events of me getting taken away by the constabulary for questions with the sheriff, and leading up to a improvised meeting with the prince
Of Keita.
of Keita,
Mhm.
while Brad had to track behind and then was forbidden from entering the keep.
Almost started a riot with that too.
Almost started a riot. Good for him. That's about when him and Pocket reunited. The prince wanted me to diagnose not his daughter, but Dorota, whose familial relation is with the Variadrans, who we have come to kill.
Who's Dorota?
The road is
Woman you were looking for.
Oh,
which-
yeah. There we
Yeah.
go. So, the prince would like you to diagnose Dorota.
Because she's got like an evil curse or something. But at the same time, the prince realized who I was and immediately locked me up for association with the Crown of Wyval. Like a jerk.
I thought. Did you also fail in, or is that coming yet? Or
I didn't fail at nothing. I failed at persuasion maybe to stay out of prison, but
Okay.
I got locked up.
Nothing they could cure.
Oh, that's right.
And I actually met, because they visited me in prison, Nodane, the current head of House Variatran, and the woman with the claim to the crown of Surin. Because she brought her lovely daughter, Dorota.
Sister.
Her sister, yeah. I did not get that relation, sorry. I might have made an assumption, never asked.
Youngest sister.
I think it was the age gap that I made
Yeah.
the assumption. She brought her sister to get diagnosed by the miracle worker in the dungeon, and I did my best to sort things out. Made the assumption Dorota had a kind of blood magic, which is activated by trauma, and is less controllable than skill magic. I'm sure Leon really cares about the logistics. But I'm like, no, I can't really do anything for her myself, per se. There's no cure, but people can teach her. Maybe you should send her to the Sorcerer's Proving Grounds up near Wyville. And the crazy fucking thing was Nodane actually agreed to that. And that's the good news you have. I got Nodane to send Rhoda to the Sorcerer's Proving Grounds. That's your good news. Hold on to that. Hold on
tightly to that.
Hold on fucking tightly to that.
You better grip it with both hands and knees.
Yeah. Do not let go.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Pocket and Crag were infiltrating the Citadel, going hitman on all the guards on the wall, garroting them, throwing their bodies over, completely clandestine, infiltrating the keep, spilling every lamp they pass, killing everybody in their way, every man, woman, and child.
Hey, I was trying to get us to be a little more selective.
Pocket was trying to get Crag to be more discriminatory, but
no,
it wasn't working out. They got into an altercation in the throne room, and here's the bad news.
The throne room.
Yeah, we went all the way to the throne
we
room.
went to the top of the Citadel too.
That you did.
Yeah.
And then back down to the throne room.
In the throne room.
Yeah.
In the throne room.
So I'm not sure who all was in the throne room, because...
I don't know that we know either, but...
Yeah. Well, I know one of them, because Crag killed 3 people in armor and also Rhoda. That's the bad news.
Yep.
Your witch that you were hunting is no more. She had the wrong last name.
Magic. You're dead.
I'm really sorry.
Dash Crag.
And you see, Pocket knew nothing about actually having to look for someone. All Pocket was working off of was, hey, kill the Veridrons.
And the royal family.
In the royal family.
As
That's
a bonus.
I didn't know that there was supposed to be, someone exempt.
Well, we didn't know she was exempt. We just knew.
We did! You saw her! And then you
But-
just, selectively forgot.
As I recall, we just knew he was looking for her.
Yeah.
We didn't know
summoning,
why.
like, little insects and...
Well, that's about as
It
far
was like a candle to a flame.
she started summoning. She didn't finish that summons.
Well, she did summon. There were bugs there. It's just,
Then you threw
Ineffective.
a spear at her, and it went through her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you skewered her really good.
You do that a lot.
Yeah.
What spears do? Skewer.
They brought me out of prison afterwards, and where we left off, we were escaping on one of the keep's walls.
Yep.
Uncertain if Crag managed to kill everybody that was important.
Oh my goodness, we got that 8-year-old!
By goodness, they got that 8-year-old.
Yep, that's right. You did kill an 8-year-old. You threw him right out the window, didn't you?
Yep.
The look on Pocket's face is just...
And Craig's face didn't change a bit.
Nope. Sure didn't. Because you guys are the good guys, I thought.
I never said I was a good guy. I was told I had to go do something.
I know we were supposed to kill certain people, but
How do you know they weren't one of those certain people?
they could have been.
Then we'd have to kill them, and now it's just done, and you didn't have to do it. So quit crying.
You tell him.
This is.
So, who told me to go get Dorota?
I think that was an order from Valthuria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it was not from, it was through. From your employer.
There we go.
And I don't know if it was specifically that witch, or a witch, or when you explained it,
I think I remember it being more vague, like it was a witch, and this was like the lead he had.
Your lead did change a few times.
There we go, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope it wasn't the pestilence witch.
So, would anyone like to give me a noble-wise or similar type test to determine if you have killed the entirety of the Keita royal family.
Can I describe No Name to Crag?
I know there was one guard that had unopened fire magic that we ran into. And there
I
was
did
one
see.
that was really shiny armor, like full plate.
He went
Yeah.
down first.
Oh, take a fate point, both of yous.
Teamwork.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I had diagnosed other people with unopened blood magic while examining the still alive at the time Derota. Which
So, I mean, maybe.
maybe there's a way to salvage this.
Yeah, maybe. Possibly.
Well, that'd be very cruel to.
We picked up some weapons, did we not?
We
Oh,
did.
yes, you did.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
A superior quality mace, glaive, and sword.
And the bell clinker.
Sorry,
A bell clinker.
a bell clinker.
Right, because you had
We just
neutered the alarm bell.
the guard,
Oh,
the
right.
bell tower.
And I'm still, for some reason, I've got the clinker.
Well, that's just kind of a Jade trait.
It
You
is.
collect things.
Yeah,
So of course you've got the clapper.
things that hang and jingle.
My money don't jingle jingle.
Oh,
Money don't jingle, it's the purse that does.
speaking of,
Family
this is
jewels.
what Jade needs.
Oh, no.
Gotcha, Jade.
Oh,
So
no.
while that's coming up, today is, I think, rest day, the 10th day of the week, but by the human calendar, the first week of Nansima. First week of Nansima, which is the 9th month of the year,
Yes.
year 797. It's still...
I'm not sure Morgan's gonna get it.
Oh, I've seen someone do that before. I'll tell you a story later. So, like last time, it is still early in the 12th moon cycle, 3117 for those that follow the Goblin calendar, and the 70th day of autumn, 18,034 by the Elvish calendar.
1834?
18,034.
Okay.
0. No, not 1834. 18,034.
Oh.
Are we 20 days from Long Night?
That's a bigger calendar than I thought.
Yeah.
I think that would be right. Because I think we were 22 last session.
Yeah, you are 20 days from Long Night. And if you hurry, you can spend it with your family.
On the way to the leper house?
So it is just after midnight, so it is just barely this day. So you're at the top of the wall. Did anyone want to make a noble wise test to make that determination? Yes.
Yes, but quick. I trust I grabbed my pack on the way out.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm asleep.
You're asleep.
You are having the most fun out of anyone here, besides possibly Crag.
Yeah, because we're on a high ass wall right now.
I'm sure this is the most fun Crag's had in a while.
Yeah, I think so too.
So
Yep.
He pretty much played whack-a-mole with people sleeping in their beds.
Right, there shouldn't have been in there.
A lot of moles in this castle.
I mean, this is another nation.
So, if not for the test itself, could I fork in heraldry?
You would have to tell me what heraldry you're looking at that allows you to fork that in.
Well, isn't that like knowledge of like specific houses?
Let's see. AEI. Recognizing and deciphering heraldic coats of arms. Medieval family crests exist in a bewildering array of... So this is recognizing...
So just
The crests.
crests. Okay. Noble wise, is that what you said?
Or something similar, sure.
I have 8 perception.
Okay. So, I'm gonna, just before we do that, let me assign an obstacle to this.
Could I fork in Surin wise? Because Veridran was from there.
Yes, you sure can. No, so the question that I asked was about the royal family of Keita.
Oh. Well, I haven't opened Keita wise yet, so that's okay.
So,
Just my perception.
if you want Surin wise, then it'd be the Variadrans, but...
One thing at a
this is- Okay, so which one are you going after first?
Noble wise. Keita.
The royal family of Keita.
Yep.
Okay, so an interesting fact would be obstacle 2, so it's an obstacle 4 perception test.
That's not too bad.
Dun dun dun.
So this is what I gave to you. How many ones? 1, 2.
Two
How many
ones.
2s?
That was a 2. 2 2s and 4 3s.
Spicy.
You know nothing,
You
okay,
know
sir?
How the fuck? How the shit?
Did you get 0 successes?
How?
Out of 8
God.
dice.
Yes. The
So
proximity.
I'm not even going to spend Artha. I think I just need to accept that. The gods are trying to say something.
yeah, don't
Yes.
sit next to the game master that rolls low.
Yeah, I might absorb your stink.
You do.
Mmm.
Yeah. So you definitely know. This is something that you're quite sure of. That
Someone died.
Someone died.
I really have to reward 0 out of 8. I really have to reward that. So I'm gonna say, let me note this. So
From
Aerith
belief in.
makes noble wise test to see who is left from royal family of Keita, which is House Karulin.
Failed miserably.
Lynn,
Miserably.
What was that house?
Kurul, Kurulan, Kurulan.
I have to log everything.
Yeah. So, so the only surviving members of House Karulin. Oh, right.
Slow clap.
Okay. OB2. So that's an OB4 perception test. 0 successes out of 8 dice. Must reward
Epic fail.
epically. So there were only 2 living members of House Karulin at the time. By Crag's description of what he had wrought with his hands, they have both died, and that unravels a chain of cousins that the next closest surviving kin would be House Variadram.
Interesting.
As the next in line to rule Keita.
How many of them survived?
So yeah,
That'll be a separate. Well, I'm fine letting this. Well, no.
I'm
You
gonna-
give me a. You might want a different test for that one.
lead. Can I give Nodane's like description to Crag?
Sure.
Yeah. Did you kill this lady? Did he kill that lady?
No.
Okay. Bad news. We've got to go back.
Okay.
What?
You haven't left yet.
We're still on the wall.
Yeah, but we haven't finished the job.
The job is a whole lot bigger than we should have been doing in the first place in this
Where's she
manner. In this manner.
I start turning around heading that way.
Good luck. How do we get out of here?
Hang on. You guys are going way too fast for me to take notes, and I'm gonna forget stuff.
And when were you guys gonna tell me that there was a whole group of people that could have helped us with this situation?
Actually, I'm sorry. Pocket, when did you get here? It is so nice to see you again.
Yeah, he's been in jail for a while.
Yeah, I saw you be escorted from the house.
Oh, I did a fantastic job of infiltrating the walls.
Yes.
And then I kind of
you
fumbled
did.
it.
Yes, you
I
did.
buffled it. I shitted it.
I buffled
We
it.
didn't know if you were being tortured to death
They
or
didn't
being
torture
served
me.
tea with your pinky up. We didn't know anything.
Actually, besides the rest, they were very quiet.
By the way, the rest of the House Krulin died in a pox epidemic.
Just rip the band-aid.
In 791.
Well, the dad died by falling from a horse, didn't he?
Did was
Garota's dad died by falling from a
House
horse.
Variadran, not House
Yep,
Krulin.
yep.
Aerith figures out that Crag did not kill Nodane, and there may be other members of House Variadran at large. Alright, so you guys are standing on top of the wall. Crag had set fire to the castle, but abstained from making a arson test that he was not going to pass by a large margin. So the castle is currently on fire on the inside, and you're standing on the wall. It is just past midnight.
So do we want to get out of here
We
and come
should
up with a new
back
plan?
off and
Nope.
come back later.
Because the guards are going to be at a lot more higher alert next time around.
That just means you'll have more fun killing them.
Yeah, but there's more chaos now. We go kill now. I turn around and start heading back.
So you're going back inside the burning building.
But it's just fire.
I'm sorry, what?
It's just fire. She must die
So yes, you're going inside the burning building.
if I have to.
Okay.
Pocket is very apprehensive of walking into fire.
So how do
Are
we get
you-
out of here?
Pulling him back.
I couldn't pull him back from killing an 8-year-old. What makes you think he's gonna fucking pull him back into walking from fire?
Teamwork. We can get them together.
Have you met him?
Yes, but I
Rockface
believe
here
in us.
ain't all that easy to move.
We have a task to complete. This is our opportunity.
We can make another opportunity.
fire. That's fire.
It goes out.
So he's going inside
Yep.
unless either of you are doing anything at all about it. You're still asleep. Okay,
You're
he's
gonna-
inside.
you're gonna
You're
burn like a
inside.
freak's
What would you
dress.
like to do?
I
So,
don't
I've
know
been
what to do,
up,
Crag. I just don't
And
know
I
what to
didn't
do.
find this person, so they gotta be down.
Okay, so you're going lower in the burning building.
Yep.
Okay.
He's gonna kill himself. He is literally gonna kill himself.
Craig don't. I mean, what does Craig's do? Craig's kill things. Things happens to Craig's. Oh well.
Okay, so
Fine.
it is chaos. There are people running in every direction. They see you, they scream and run away.
They died.
If you can reach them, they die. Sure. Eventually, there is a score of soldiers, maybe not a score of soldiers, but we'll say a band of about 10 soldiers that are going to try and stand up to you. So we'll do a simple versus.
Okay. My attack, their attack.
One big pool of dice.
Do I get I don't use my shield with this for my dice roll, correct?
Before you roll, because if you do, then I have more dice to roll too. Inspiration cover. Bloody versus. No, not bloody versus.
It had to be fire. Just had to be
Simple
fire.
martial combat is just die pool versus die pool. If we want to do a bloody versus, then we do all the other stuff.
Die pool versus die pool is fine.
Okay.
How does he do fire?
Notice how, like, as the game master, I roll much better.
Yeah. So I kind of want to see what happens if the rolls are reversed.
If I'm not the game master,
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll 1s, 2s, and 3s. That's what I do.
But then it'll
Go
be
sixes.
really funny.
Poetic, if you will.
Yes.
8.
8.
Oh.
Do you have a call on?
I don't know if their call-ons are out. Let's see.
Big and green.
Big and green.
It's not a call on.
Fanged and clawed.
That's a die trait.
Cold black blooded.
Also a die trait.
Where there's a whip, there's a way.
Die trait.
Pack hunter.
Die trait.
Did you put anything under call-ons there?
There's nothing that's there.
You have no call ons.
You have any Artha?
I have Artha.
You have any 6s?
I do not.
Oh, what?
I got Artha.
Okay, so here's what happens then.
I can use Artha.
You can use Artha. Okay.
I have no problem using Artha.
Okay.
So,
Show me some Artha.
because this is all going to my spear.
Of course.
There's 9.
Okay, so you spent a fate to open the 6s?
No,
Oh.
not yet, because I don't have 6s. So
I think 1 over will do it.
Yeah, 1 over will do.
that's where I'm at. Is 1 over.
Okay, so through a few spear thrusts and bashing people in the face with your shields, it becomes readily apparent that it's not necessarily a good idea to have big, grand hallways in your big, grand citadel, because someone of big, grand stature is going to have longer reach with the spear when your guys and their guy and their big bad guy like you has the same length of spear. So you were able to overreach them.
My spear's longer.
Your spear is the longest.
It's longer than the longest.
Yes, it is longer than the longest.
Good for you.
Just
Yep.
the tip.
Just the tip. That's all they get.
That's all they get.
That's all they need.
Uh-huh. So many men and women are pierced by your just the tip.
Yes.
Left gushing on the ground.
Yes, left gushing on the ground and sloppy.
Hey.
Right. So you are able to spear 5 of the 10. You smash a few faces in for another 3 of them, and 2 of them run off into smaller corridors, and you are able to continue your search. I would say at this point we need a speed test. And
I'm trying to find us a way down. That's not through fire.
I'll help you.
you can find a way down through one of the turrets, but it opens on the inside of the courtyard if that's what you want. Your only way out at that point will be through the main gate of the citadel, which may or may not be open. Or you can go out the way that you came in, the ladder of vines.
I think that seems pretty safe.
I wonder if I could direct you to that. Make sure you get down and go back the other way.
Are you gonna wait for Crag?
Crag ain't coming back up this way. Crag's gonna go Crag way.
You want
But you
to breach the main gate together,
and
escape that way. Because I'm pretty sure it takes 2 people to operate the winch. We could throw that, break it,
2 people
and
to
run out.
2 people to operate the what?
The winch to the main gate. Not the winch. Get your mind out of the gutter, ye slut.
The statement wasn't exactly wrong either way. But my guess is unless he hops out of a window, he might be exiting through the courtyard himself.
So it'll put us at more risk, but also it'll put Crag at less risk.
And anybody evacuating out of a burning castle is going to end up in that courtyard too.
And anyone running for their lives, because they're just an innocent 8-year-old, can also get away. Hey, what's that really tiny body below the window?
Hopefully there's not any more of those.
Oh yeah, there are plenty of kids that are just like young servant staff that I'm sure you're just like seeing them in
Squires,
pages, squires,
so
scullery maids, you name it.
Main gate.
Main gate.
Yep.
Main gate.
Main gate.
I have one mission.
I understand that you have one mission, so you're going out through the tower. Okay.
We're going down.
All right. So
We're dropping down in the courtyard.
go ahead and tell me what you're going to do against the squad of soldiers that is going to be facing you inside the tower rooms and the stairway. How are you dealing with them?
It should be really easy to funnel them.
I was thinking like a really thorny hamster ball that's inside and just rolling down the stairs.
So you're going to Indiana Jones them with a hamster ball made of vines and thorns?
I was thinking about it.
Okay.
That's elegant.
Yeah, just
Okay.
hamster ball.
I was going to spear them.
You're going to spear them.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to help her?
Can I help her?
Sure.
Yeah.
So where are these vines coming from? Are you going to use the vines from the ladder? Or...
We can just...
Is there any kind of plant life up here, or do I need to start breaking out some of my
seed collection?
pocket?
Probably seed collection.
Alright, so I'm going to use these seeds that I usually use for my Lady Luck, which is my garrote.
Okay.
It's a crown of thorns and probably rambles and rose vines.
Okay, so... I'm just looking at the skill as
I'm
well.
also going to give this, I think, a hard interior so that it's weighted.
Okay,
That's
so
smart.
it seems like you are crafting something fairly intricate.
Pretty much just a tangle of just
Like a tumbleweed.
tumbleweed, yeah.
Alternatively-
Just thorns.
We can spare a little intricacy. Surely there's like some spare armor or weapons.
Yeah.
If we can find like a helmet or some bucklers, we can just have those as the core and wrap the vines around it.
Yeah, as long as I have the core, those vines will just go.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know where there's some armor.
I just want this weighted so it'll
So do
pick up
I.
momentum as it's going down the stairs.
I'm going to assign this an obstacle 4
Okay.
for your phytomancy to create this renewable ball of death.
Renewable ball of death. A renewable death ball.
Renewable death ball.
Alright. What can I put in here? Did we scavenge some materials?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
There could be a buckler and a helm or an axe or something like that. That's fine.
Okay.
I got a 5 on my speed test.
Oh!
And it can go bigger.
I believe you. Pick a number 1 to 3.
2. I don't know.
Oh,
I think there's a
2.7.
2.7? Yeah.
a whole number 1 to 3.
2.
Okay.
Right in the middle. What the heck?
Alright, that's fine. Ah, that's a shame. Okay. So you see a woman that is all like distraught and her eyes are full of panic, and you can see that if she were calm, she would fetch a very nice amount of coin on the slave market. And she's dressed much more nicely than all the other servants. And so, what would you like to do with her? Because she looks important.
Does it kind of sound like what he was describing?
No.
That Aerith was describing when he was asking me earlier about?
I described no name.
You describe no Dane. Does not seem like a woman of that age.
Then she's dead.
Okay.
I mean, I have one mission.
Isn't that the answer either way? Like he'd say yes and you say she's dead. He says no, she says she's dead.
I'm just, I don't know.
Is this the person I'm here to kill? No, she's dead.
Is this the person I'm here to kill? Yes, she's dead. I'm out. That's, I mean, I don't have time for slaves. Selling people in the market.
Get you in pocket.
And I guess I don't
I
know
got
that I would
6.
take someone to do that. I would give
It's
them
already
a
open.
warrior's death of
Yes.
this killing them.
That's what this is right here.
Okay.
That's 4 successes.
Happy day.
Have I noticed, or does it sound like there's actually been like roaring fire above me coming down?
There's a lot of smoke.
Okay.
There is a lot of smoke. So much so that everyone inside the castle gets a -1 die. Thanks.
Does it affect my
There are
sight?
4.
Means I do good in dark?
It would affect your sight for the better if there were no obscurance in the air, but the smoke actually clouds your heat sight as well.
Okay.
It makes it hard for everyone to see.
There are 4.
You have 4, and it's an OB4. Okay, so you craft your ball and of thorns and weight, and you push it down the stairs.
You come behind it and take out any stragglers.
Okay, yep. So there is
An 8-year-old standing there.
one more soldier that's in one of the middle floors. So the way the stairs in the tower are, they go down around the perimeter, and there's like small rooms on the interior. And the way that the stairs come down, they come down and meet the floor on the interior side of the wall. So the room still has access to the exterior wall for the exterior side of the wall, the exterior facing side of the wall, so that there's arrow slits in it. So in one of those rooms on, say, the second floor, or the first floor by European standards, but the second floor, there is one soldier who is just terrified of the two of you and is like wordless and just like clinging to the wall, is not offering any resistance.
Weapons down.
Has already dropped them.
Okay.
Was not holding any weapons.
Run.
So
Up.
Okay, you're letting them past.
I want them to run up.
Okay. So she flinches and then she like scrambles past you and runs upstairs.
Fine.
Okay. So you get down to the bottom of the courtyard. You don't see. So you have a view now of the courtyard, or I should say the interior of the Citadel walls. There are a lot of support buildings that are built in kind of a grid inside the wall. And there's a lot of chaos and activity where people are coming out and running in every direction. There are what look like senior servants and some sergeants in the guard that are trying to create some order to this chaos. People are streaming out of the Citadel itself, out of the main door. You don't see any fire coming out of any windows, but there is a lot of smoke.
I'm keeping my eye out for anybody nicely dressed.
Yeah, that sounds like you need a perception test.
Can I assist her?
Sure.
Take 2 dice.
Okay, I'm still learning.
Not observation, perception.
Oh, perception. Okay.
Unless...
You're helping me?
Yeah, 2 dice.
2. Okay. Let's say I don't have observation. Oh, and I'm also hearing to see if I hear her name dropped, like any of the servants saying, "Oh, come this way, my lady," or anything like that. I want to keep an ear out for any remarks of that kind.
Milady, my lord, Prince Atten.
Okay, I got 2 6s and a 4.
3 successes.
I can open the 6s.
Go for it. How many total dice did you roll?
6. I
Okay.
have 4 in perception plus 2 from them.
Okay.
So I've got 2 for my 6s. I have another 6
Okay.
and 1. Said
Good.
5.
Okay. So if you want, you can take a difficult perception test. You see a pair of recently well-dressed, probably noble women. There's a lot of like ash stains on their dress. They are being hustled into a carriage, and there are a few servants around them and guards that are mounting up, and they are riding out towards the exit of the Citadel.
Do I recognize one of them?
Yeah, that's no Dane.
my ball is going toward the.
Your ball of vines.
Yep.
Well,
I think we're gonna run faster than the ball.
Yeah,
I'm chucking it.
I thought this. So I had
Thought
this
this was
conception
like a
that this ball was
life-size ball.
huge.
This thing is huge. I'm pretty dang strong. I don't know.
Pocket strength.
You know, like when you grab it and you go around and around and
Like
you,
a discus.
Yeah.
Made out of? Wood.
So
I'm just trying to get around a wheel. To jam the wheel up.
So you're trying to use it like a bolus on the wheel.
Right.
May I suggest you just terrifying off and grow that into a bola?
Because
All the way.
So just for context, the max range for a thrown weapon is going to be 30 paces. So that's going to be about 75 feet. They're
that's
more
a
than
normal
75
throwing
feet.
weapon.
Yeah, no, that's too far away.
Yeah.
On ground.
Going for the carriage.
Vines can come from the ground. If
You're
they're
going
there.
to storm the carriage?
What else are we gonna do?
I don't know.
I mean, there's many other options.
How
but-
far are we from the gatehouse?
Well, it's in the same direction.
Well, if they're over here and we're over here and the gatehouse is over here, I'm going for the gatehouse and not them.
Okay. I'll show both of you. Okay, so you've come down here.
Okay. And that's the gatehouse, right?
That's the gatehouse. They're like here.
Okay.
So they are closer to the gatehouse than they are to you.
Is the gate already open?
Can't see from here. There are too many support buildings in the way.
I'm going to hope the gate's not open.
Okay, so you came down here.
Right.
Gatehouse is there. They're about there.
Okay. I've never tested to see how fast my magic moves and finds underground. I've never tested it. I don't know. I don't know how fast my magic works.
Let's get closer then. Let's get quite closer very fast. On the way.
I'm just gonna throw it out there that you're gonna have to expose yourselves if you want to actually catch them before they get out of the gate.
I kind of assumed we were not obfuscated quite much.
Draw attention to yourselves, I should say then.
Yeah. So I can fork in.
A bad thing is that they're so good.
So we just come out of this tower.
I can fork in conspicuous.
Crash, big spiky balls right in front of us. They come just rolling on out. We're out behind it. We see them, and they're gonna get away.
Yeah, let's go get them.
Okay.
We're gonna have to.
We're gonna have to.
It's the quickest thing we've got.
Okay, so... Alright, you killed one of them. Okay.
And you know, there's a chance that Crag will just fall out of a window and kill them.
I mean, sure, Craig's got enough hit points. He can just, like, make a 1,000-foot drop and just go...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. Where there's a Crag, there's a way.
Would I know if my magic can travel faster than I can run?
You would know that it cannot.
Cannot. Alright, I've got
Aerith,
the basil out and
go
running toward the wagon.
back on the wall.
Take the herbs.
Clear out the nearest tower with a conjured ball of vines and thorns.
Rambo!
Spare one soldier and come out in the interior of the citadel walls. They spot Nudane and another Variadram getting into an escorted carriage and making for escape.
Full on dash.
Alright, so you guys are sprinting or
Sprinting.
trying to get through the crowd. So you've got a -1 die to get through the crowd. Are you both making one test or are you testing separately?
I mean, my speed's 4.
5. And I have, I think, a higher stride.
My stride's a 7.
8. Do you want to do one test and assist me?
Yeah,
I
assist.
assume if it's one test, we assist the other.
Yeah.
Yeah, assist.
How do you get your stride to go up? Or you don't?
So there's, I think, a longer stride or something like that, die trait that increases your stride. Aside from that, it is set by your stock.
Or
Very-
dog?
You're an orc, for example.
Do I get a die advantage for having a high stride?
Higher than the horse.
Higher than all the humans. I mean, they're still loading the carriage, so presumably there's a grace period during which I am faster than a still carriage.
Okay, you can take a die on that.
Okay. Actually, I'm not rolling these dice. These guys, like, betrayed me. I'm rolling
You
these
want to
ones.
roll these dice?
What now?
9.
Ooh, 4.
Touch my D6.
Well, I have fate,
They put up.
so I'm gonna open a 6.
Okay.
That's open.
It's open.
So I'm up to 6 now.
Okay.
Really, I can keep going.
You can catch them. The two of you can catch them. The question is, what are you going to do about their escort or the carriage? So the carriage is rolling along. They've got 6 mounted armed people, 2 on each side. 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 2 on either side.
So, thinking aloud. Just now, with this, I'll catch up to the carriage, yeah. Theoretically, if I roll even higher, can I catch up to the carriage enough to board it before the guards can notice? Like, hop on the back.
You mean like a stealthy? You can make it stealthy, sure.
I can do stealthy.
So, if you can either both test separately, or one of you can help the other, and it will go for both of you.
Do you have stealthy?
Not yet.
I got stealthy.
So you can test for the both of you if you want, but unless you're helping with something else, you cannot help her with speed.
I don't think I
Maybe
can
there will be a
She's
random
just
person
shoved
come
you
flying out of
underneath.
the castle as a distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's possible.
You're busy.
That's what I'm saying. I'm busy.
They're not that close to the castle, and you're not that high up at this point.
Okay.
You're on, like, the floor.
I tried for you guys. I tried to make an argument for it.
So are you testing? Are you helping?
I'm going to use the
I can't
chaos
help.
of the crowd to get as close as I can to that cart.
And you're trying to get on the carriage.
Yep.
You are. Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to do something else.
We're trying to get on the carriage, right?
Are we commandeering the carriage, or just making sure the carriage don't go nowhere?
Either way, you have to get on the carriage.
Commandeering the carriage is a good idea, but let's go on the carriage first.
Getting on. Taking out the driver, getting on.
That doesn't sound stealthy.
Well, I got stealth up to it before I can get to him.
Well, if we get on unnoticed, then the driver won't be able to fight back when he's getting corroded.
He might not notice he's getting corroded.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Alright, I have 4 in stealthy. That was a journey.
That's 3.
I got 3. I'm going to...
No, you don't need to. Right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's say I got 6.
So how many dice did you roll total?
4.
Okay, take a routine test for stealthy, if you still need them. Okay. You're on the carriage. You have corroded the driver and shoved him off, and he's
Asa Vertigo.
yep. And
Where'd you go?
the escort is
What'd you lose?
Yeah!
so you're yawing, okay, with your driving skill that you don't have.
No,
Yes.
totally still
It's still in your ear.
practicing.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Still practicing.
All right, so go ahead and
Where'd you go?
what are you trying to do?
Was it reflective? Is it metal?
No.
Oh.
Well, before I'm gonna make sure that they're
There
on.
it is.
Is that it?
That's it.
Aerith is on.
Oh.
Alright. I just need to keep this moving and away from the guards.
Yeah.
Well, the guards are all around.
Uh,
They're the escort for the carriage. There's literally 2 mounted in the front, 2 mounted on either side, and 2 in the back. As they are, the horse is still, and the escort are still going towards the gate to the citadel.
Have we been noticed yet?
You passed your stealthy test.
Oh,
So
if they
no.
haven't noticed that I just dumped the driver off,
Yeah.
sure, escort me outside these doors.
Okay.
yeah. I'm going to.
Because I'm still, like, wrapped
in
up.
disguise.
I'm still in disguise.
Yeah.
So there's no...
Well, I mean, you might look like a filthy beggar, but that's not quite as
I mean,
alarming
there's
as
fire
a
going on.
goblin.
People are covered in soot and mud as it is.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, you're the desperate hire. I guess if you're steering this shit show,
Unless you can steer. Because I can't steer.
hold on.
I'm getting as close as we can.
No, I don't have drive yet.
Well, one of you is going to make a driving test to make sure that the carriage does not
Okay.
go off course.
Someone's making a test.
I don't know what to roll. This is try to keep
I
these
will
horses.
get you what your route is.
I think
That's
it's
Will.
agility.
I think it might be a couple of things. Will and agility. Okay, so if you've been practicing it, you would have picked one, whether it's will or agility.
I don't have that.
You have not been learning driving then.
No, it's ride. It's actually ride.
Okay. Right.
Is
So
ride
you're
a
making
fork for
a
drive?
will or agility. Yes, driving and riding are different. So,
Well, I asked if it was a fork.
oh. No.
Oh.
Okay, so will or agility, they're both 4.
Well, you've got 4 dice and a dream.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Just give me 2 successes.
Building's on fire.
One.
Nope.
You're halfway there.
Nope. I got.
Oh.
I didn't get it. I just have 1.
You have orienteering.
I have orienteering. Yes.
Orienteering is not going to help you navigate from here to there. No.
I mean,
You know the route. Knowing the route is not the problem. Being able to control the wagon is the problem.
in your statement, you have made a contradiction.
I don't think I have.
Orienteering will not help you navigate.
Correct.
It's not going to help you on this test.
I have nothing to help me drive this thing.
Okay, so you have 2 options for complications. Would you like to crash the wagon, or would you like to be noticed by the guards?
I've got a pointy stick. And presumably the guards have less pointy sticks.
I mean, if we crash it, they can't ride off. I think I'm crashing this thing.
Okay,
I'm crashing.
you
Now I'm gonna try to do that Tokyo Drift thing. Where
Anna, you have no control. You failed the test, so
I
you
know
don't
I
get
heard that.
control of this.
She
Okay.
said try.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Fail.
Congratulations for trying.
I see it going downhill. I'm like, all right.
So you do lose control of the wagon as someone runs in front of the horses between the escort and the horses that are drawing the carriage, and it spooks the horses as they trample. Yeah, the horses trample this person. They panic and start to speed past the front escort, but at an angle, and so the right side wheels clip a building and break off. And so the wagon is like,
I believe I can fly.
it's not flying, it tips and starts to drag until it then just turns over. And so the 2 of you get to choose between agility, perception, or speed to make an OB4 test to not get crushed under the wagon.
They're all 4 for me.
I think I'll take perception.
So whichever one you want to advance the most then. Whichever one is closest to going up.
I would like to roll over.
Alright.
Leon decides to scratch himself.
You may make an OB4 perception test to wake up.
I just wanted to roll over.
Now it works.
I mean,
You
there's
may
no-
roll over.
You went in your chip bag.
That's a success.
A dusty success.
A dusty success.
So you wake up.
Is there smoke in the air?
So you have this dream of being at a festival, a night festival, where people are singing and dancing, and there's just sounds of revelry and revelry. That's the word I was looking for. And the rich smoke of the bonfire brings a sense of nostalgia, reminds you of your youth, and you wake up, and you smell smoke, and you hear sounds of crying and screaming, and it doesn't sound like revelry. And you look out the window, and it's still night, but there's a glow coming from the direction of the citadel, and there's an illumination, an improper illumination coming from almost all of the windows.
Well, this is starting to take off in a bigger fire than we realize, huh?
Think about that. Yes, 4. Okay, so you don't get crushed under the wagon.
Woo!
4.
You don't get crushed under the wagon. So, you leap off the wagon as it rolls on its side, and you are between... So, the wagon, you... the building, escort, 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 escort.
So we're between the escort and the wagon.
And a crowd of fleeing, panicking people. And a bunch of support buildings. What would you like to do?
Are the escort, like, on us, or are they approaching still? Like, how close is it?
If you do not act within the next
I'm
10 seconds of out-of-game time, they're attacking you.
I'm immediately
Okay.
going, throwing open the carriage door that's on the side,
Mm-hmm.
and
Checking on the passengers?
violently checking on the passengers.
So you're going to kill them?
Yeah.
Okay. Speed test.
I will protect her, because I've got a shield and a spear.
So you're helping her with spear?
Yes. Yes.
Sure.
Okay.
I was more like, the guards are getting here before this is going to be over, so I'm making sure they don't get a premature hit on her. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. I'm trying to figure out what skill or stat you're using to help her.
That would be spear.
Sure.
You're using spear.
Here.
So, does she get 1 or 2 helper dice?
The
Just
pokey
one.
thing.
Okay, so you get one helper dice from Aerith.
Okay. Another 6. 3 6s. So I have 4 successes. 3 of those are 6s.
Okay.
I'm going to open up the fate.
Open up to a really good. Do a really good. She's really murdered.
Get that murder. Oh.
Look, I'm just trying to, like, if you think about it, like, because we went through those Humvee rollover drills and all that bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, if you roll over in a carriage
I have
and then
another
someone
success.
whips open the door at the top with a spear, you're dead.
You're done. Yeah.
You're like, ah.
It's really a question of whether or not the guards can block her in time.
That's 5.
Okay. You leap on top of the carriage, throw the door open. You have a spear on you or a what?
Oh, I was using the spear.
Okay. Well, 2 quick thrusts and a young 20-something and a healthy-looking 30-something now have new bloody holes in them and are expiring at the bottom of the carriage. You then
See, they die, so no more 8-year-olds have to. Let's run.
run off in...
Oh, they're dying.
What
'cause I'm not
direction?
there, still looking for her.
Oh, shit.
Are you...
Kill 2 now to save several later.
I guess whichever direction seems the most open. I'm not sure we have much time to think about it.
Okay.
Ew, there's an eyeball in the end of this.
You fling it at
Bouncy,
a guard.
bouncy.
Generally away from the guards would be your
Away
answer.
from the guards. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, you can get away from... I mean, you made the speed test to beat the guards, so you beat the guards. You can get away either through the main gate to the Citadel, or you can go back into the tower towards the vine ladder that you made, or you can do something else.
Oh, this was still inside the walls?
Yeah,
Wow, we're fast.
yeah. Have you thought about what you want to do?
smell some smoke.
I
in here.
have thought that
Roll over and go back to sleep.
this. I would like to exit my room
Okay. Next.
and knock on their doors.
You quickly determine they are not there.
Judging by what is transpiring.
And your general knowledge of them.
Yeah.
You don't even know I'm in town.
But he knows there's a Crag here.
What way did we come in? Through Dermy or through the crossroads?
Pretty sure it's the crossroads. We came from the north.
Yep.
Right. I'll write a note.
Hey, Pocket, we left. Laters.
The note will say,
Deuces.
what's a common, like, short reference of distance that wouldn't be like a mile? In terms of, like, find me at a camp 500 yards north of the crossroads in the woods kind of thing.
That would be 200 paces.
Okay.
Or, oh no, that would be about 500 paces, maybe 600 paces.
So, are there woods around there, or is it just fields?
You can find some woods. That's
Okay. I'll leave a note to that general
okay.
about, and then I would like to calmly go to my wagon, and calmly go to the warehouse that would have all of the fine tailor goods.
Okay.
Poke about.
Okay, so theft.
No one's around.
Okay. Think
We
about
can-
a skill that is going to tell me that there's no one around or not. What's Crag doing right now?
So, I will. The next person I find before they die,
Yeah.
I'm going to ask where this person is.
Which person?
One of his description.
Okay. What language are you asking in?
One I don't speak, apparently, that they won't know, so they're just going to die. So it's more because I don't speak their language.
Yeah. So as you are holding them up by the jaw, going,
Yeah.
they're going to.
Yeah.
Unless they speak mine.
So let's
Very low likelihood that anyone
So-
that works in the Citadel.
So
speaks
at
Crag.
some point, I have to make a determination whether it's getting too bad in here,
It's getting pretty bad in there.
where I have to worry about an exit.
I will say at some point you're going to face a number of soldiers that is going to be very difficult to overcome.
Right. So there's a point where, and am I at that point where I have searched a lot?
You have.
And I haven't found, and I've killed a tremendous amount, and
You
I
have.
still haven't found.
Yep.
I may deter that they're already dead, they're not in here, or I just don't know.
You're getting the feeling that either you don't know or they're not in here.
So I will try to make my way kind of back the empty body way, dead body way,
Okay.
to get out.
Out the way you came in?
If I can. If I think I can.
Sure. You can find your way. You can follow the trail of breadcrumbs,
Right.
if you will. Bloody
Dead-
body
dead
shaped
crumbs.
bread. Yeah, dead crumbs.
Dead
Thank
crumbs.
you.
So, I mean, and I will still spill lanterns and torches and behind me,
Yep.
creating more,
Okay.
as Craig does.
Yep.
Really
And-
cracking it up.
If I get back to said wall,
Yep.
that wall leads me to stairs.
That wall will lead you to either the turret that you guys had gone through or back to the vine ladder the way you climbed in.
That's where I'm heading.
So you're going to go down the vine ladder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or head that way.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'll
fine.
look down there when I get to it, make sure I can go down it.
You
still.
can go down. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And if I get to that point and I'm out, I'm going to go back to the leper house.
Okay. So you're going back to the leper house.
Craig needs a bath.
Well, charcoal's actually pretty good for clearing your pores.
and scrubbing.
I'm going to say either a streetwise or a perception test to be able to find your way back.
I will.
Streetwise is rooted in perception, I'm pretty sure.
So I do not have a streetwise, so it'll be a perception.
And then we lost Crag. He didn't die, he just got lost.
Oh yeah, they didn't have rooms in where we were. They were staying with the lepers, right?
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
staying with the impolites.
I got 2 in perception.
That's good enough.
Okay.
Alright, you find your way back to the leper house in time.
Okay.
How are you determining that there is or is not anyone around that warehouse?
It would have to be perception.
Go ahead.
You can't do it. Yeah.
It's 2 successes. I can try harder.
No, that's
if,
fine.
If I think there's something about.
You are peeking around the corner and you actually see the guards pointing towards the citadel and running off in that direction. You wait for a few minutes and the sound of their footsteps fades into the ambient noise of chaos that is growing from that direction. What would you like to do?
I would like to pull up to the back door.
Okay, which is locked. Or at least there's a lock on it.
Did I notice a lock on the front door? Would it be too much for me to go around and check it?
There's a lock on the front door.
Okay, then I'll just try to break all the one on the back door.
You gonna break it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inconspicuously.
Okay. You have a crowbar or something? Something that could be... How are you breaking it? As I... Let's see here.
Punching it.
Punching it! Mm.
Rock.
Punching it.
You know what I would like to do? I would like to... Let's say grab a... I would have... Yeah, I tie the reins to it.
Oh.
Okay. So you're basically using the horse's power. Okay. And the weight of the wagon.
2
Okay.
horsepower.
Alright. So... Zing. So...
Actually, I think a horse is about 14.
Power?
Yeah.
No. It's
You
not.
sure about that?
I'm positive.
How many horsepower does a horse have?
1, because only has 1 horse.
Yeah, a horse is about up to 15 horsepower.
So you're actually wrong, but you undersold it.
So yeah, a horse is about 14 horsepower.
I know, it's a really fucked measurement.
That's not what I meant.
I know.
I know you know.
Yeah.
You got me. Bazinga. Okay, so what I'll let you do is use your driving skill and get plus 2 dice, 1 for each horse. And that substitutes power in the raw power obstacles against material strength. We'll say that this is a sturdy wooden exterior door, reinforced interior wooden door. Yeah, so obstacle 5.
That's valid. The ones they struck. That's a 3. I have a 3.
You have a 3. Okay, so the good news is the door comes off fine. The bad news is the jolt of the line pulling taut breaks the back axle on your wagon.
You fucked up, boy.
Okay.
I'll write that down.
So how are we getting out? What's the plan? Are we taking the fastest route, or are we sticking to the idea of breaking the gatehouse?
All right, guys, get in this small room. Let me lock the door, throw the key down the vent, and then fart out all my Mexican lunch. Shit, how do we get out of here?
Let's just hotbox.
I wasn't asking how we get out of here. I'm asking which choice we're going with.
Okay.
Which is decidedly different, because it's like, oh, I have a key to both doors here, but, we can't go through both doors at once.
If just heading out the gatehouse and running for it is going to get where we want to go, fine. But if it's too much traffic or too much under too much observation, we can try to backtrack it to the fine ladder.
She outpaces the escorts.
You have a lot of valid points.
Has the carriage.
So I guess the question is, what's our distance? Because I know the gatehouse is right here,
Yeah.
and we're
I think,
hopefully when
Opens the door,
judging by traffic, we're going to have better luck getting out through the gatehouse.
I think if the gatehouse is just I can see it.
Yeah, we're like right here,
Why am I
And-
going to backtrack?
and the crowd is flowing this way with us. Otherwise, we're moving against the tide effectively. So, gatehouse. Straight through.
Hang on.
Well, we're planning with each other.
Well, you looked at me like you needed to do something then. I'm
No.
like,
I'm always going to look at you.
Crag, determines that his targets are no longer in the keep and goes back to the exit onto the wall and egresses with 2 G's and 2 S's, except it's 1 G and 2 S's, 3 S's if it's the present tense egresses, down the vine ladder that Pocket made. Leondo capitalizes on the chaos, not coas chaos, gets up and takes the wagon over to a warehouse of goods, rips the door off by tying it to his wagon. Driving test is 3 out of 5 successes and breaks an axle. Breaks the rear axle on the wagon. Alright, so back to Aerith and Pocket. You guys are going...
We decided that the shortest and least
Conspicuous?
and least difficult route would be through the gatehouse.
Okay, so you're gonna inconspicuous it through the crowd?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm
Sure.
inconspicuous.
Yeah.
Alright.
What stat is that?
Will.
Oh, that's good. I like these dice, so I'm gonna trust them.
You know, I'm in disguise, but I'm not sure about Petalhead over there.
Oh, I'm in disguise actually. My hair's dyed. And I've got my cap
Crag
on.
wear wig.
And I've got a cap on.
Because as far as we know, the gatehouse is like, we see it, it's right there. Otherwise, we're backing into the castle, going up a few floors just to go over the wall.
And moving against the tide.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the crowd.
So is this one roll for 2 people, or are we rolling it separately?
You guys tell me.
How do you feel? Is this another thing where I say, what's your will, and you say 4, and I say, how about we do it together?
My will is a 4.
Do you have inconspicuous?
I have inconspicuous.
Then you have to roll inconspicuous. Isn't that a tragedy?
I mean,
Now you can help him.
do you want to help me?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
You're rolling will?
Yeah.
What could go wrong?
That.
How many do you have?
Ooh. 2, 3. 1 will. But 2 of those are 6s.
Well, I've got 2 successes, which would count as... And that would count as 1.5.
Is that perception?
This is observation.
Okay. Well, I've got fate.
You've got fate and dream. Alright. That brings you to 2.5. There we go. Okay, so
Yippee!
the 2 of you are able to blend into the crowd and sneak out of...
Don't mind me.
the-
I'm just a scared human.
Don't mind me, I'm also a scared human. A polite society.
Yes, of course I am a human.
I've never killed anybody. On my way to the work, hey Joe.
Okay,
All right.
so
We're out.
you're out and you're on the west side of the Citadel.
West side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, inconspicuous opens. I didn't know I tested it before.
Okay. We're gonna try to go around to back to the house, I guess.
Checking
Okay.
if it's recording.
Huh?
Checking if the camera's
I
recording.
was checking if they're recording, yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, we're going back to the house.
Okay, so I
That's
need,
the only place I know where we can all meet up.
I need a streetwise test so that you can find your way back in a unfamiliar town.
I don't know sure at all.
Roll, Reggie.
Right?
Perception.
Orienteering it.
Orienteering makes more sense if you're not in an urban setting.
Man, I have like 1 skill. This is like Sean and Royal Parks vibes. Is Streetwise is perception, I presume?
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Do you want to help me?
Can I do survival to at least know north, south, east, and west and what direction the house was in relation to the keep?
I suppose in that regard, either survival or orienteering could fork into it. Take a fate point.
Did you want to assist me?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 from... Okay. What's your survival?
My survival is 1.
One's more than 0.
Girl, we've got to get you some tests.
I know.
Is there an obstacle? Or are we going off of vibes?
So I gave Crag an obstacle. I let him go with an obstacle 1, so he needed 2 successes on perception.
Okay.
I mean, my orienteering's a 2. My survival's a 1.
3 on perception.
Okay. Off you guys go. So you find your way back to the leper house towards the northern gate by Little Markia, and you meet Crag there.
You're not dead.
And
How far in my bath am I?
you notice that Leon's wagon is gone.
Is there a note with like glitter on it and a lipstick stain?
Do you want to go into his room?
Leon's not here. I assume he has a good reason. And therefore, he might have taken after me with the note thing.
So do you want to go in his room?
Yeah.
There's a note.
Oh, he had a room? Yes, I will go into this room that I've
Yes,
never
I
been
will
into
go
before.
into the room.
Duly noted. Leon has fled the city.
Yeah,
What did the note say?
we should be doing the same thing.
Something like 200, 500 paces north of the crossroads. Woods.
If you should find this, I noticed a commotion in the city. I have taken to finding a bit of luck of my own, and if I do not return tonight, you should find me 400 paces northwest of the crossroads.
I know the answer. So this is more of a rhetorical question. Did Leon write down the current time on the note? Because this could be from yesterday, last night, or it could be from this morning, which gives us like 20 hours.
I noticed the commotion in the city tonight.
What?
They caused a commotion the night before.
Yeah, this is true.
There was fire the night before.
You have a very good point. So
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know where. You don't know.
Just gotta figure we are running some kind of a muck, and
We are a
probably get the
circus,
shit out of
and it's
Dodge.
beautiful. How do we leave?
I think we should leave.
Yes.
So you're gonna leave?
Oh,
and-
by the way, we killed the rich lady. No more 8-year-olds.
Good job, Crag. You did it. She ran out of the castle, and you chased her out. She was so scared of you. She was like, "Oh no, I hope that green orc guy doesn't get me." And then I killed her.
Lies.
Okay, she dead.
She is dead.
She is dead.
Do I believe this?
We're inflating your ego. Take it.
Yeah, but I know I didn't see her, so I know she didn't see me and run screaming away from me.
I mean, she heard of you.
You're asking if you believe this.
Yeah.
So then you can make a persuasion test.
Plus falsehood. And a 14 falsehood in.
All right. What's your will? 4?
Yeah.
3.
You don't believe him.
Okay, my persuasion's a 3. I killed her.
So are you helping?
I could help.
Okay,
yeah.
so
3.
you don't. They're both like yammering at you, like no, we did it, and you're like, I don't know.
She has to die.
Here. Wet with red stuff.
So is mine.
Her eyeball is literally right there.
Yeah, like I've been using this as a bouncy thing for the last half mile.
You're like human eyeballs look all the same.
Yep.
It won't come off.
You want eyeballs? Here you go. There's a bucket of them.
Here.
You didn't tell me you were collecting.
Give me the eyeballs.
I know. I'm just saying. When you talk about how many I speared compared to her, one or two people.
Let's get my mini cart.
We still got people to kill in there.
No, we don't.
They're dead. They're all dead. Come on. Crag, please.
We have a job to do.
Yes.
We did it really well. They're gonna suffocate on smoke if we didn't already kill them.
There's a lot of smoke in there.
Yeah.
A lot of smoke.
Pocket doesn't do fire.
You know those barrels of alcohol people have? A couple of those happen to get broken open. I mean, rolled into some fire.
No, Craig, can you breathe very well in smoke?
No.
And you know humans are a lot weaker than you. They got weaker lungs. You know?
Puny humans.
They would have a whiff of that smoke and just keel over. They're not making it.
I'm just I'm more concerned the lady you described is dead.
She's dead.
There has to be a little bit of mutual trust, Craig.
Fine. If I find out she's not,
Aw, you trust me.
no future trust no more.
That's okay, I'll make it up to you with a date. Let's get out of here.
Like food date or real date?
Food
Reading time.
I'm getting on my mini cart.
I get out my
Mini
whip.
cart.
We're bailing this
I
city.
get out my whip. Date.
No.
You're really gonna enjoy having those healing powers later.
I never thought I would need to use them on myself so much.
So, anyways,
The scars on the outside are gone, but I still feel them on the inside.
That's not all you're gonna feel on the inside.
Yes!
Oh my
Goodness.
lord.
We're gone. I'm like,
We're gone.
we're gone.
We're gone. We're out of here.
We need to go back to the crossroads. I have to pick up my horse.
Yeah. Crossroads is kind of our first stop, and then we'll... Is that a mark left by you?
No.
Oh. It's close enough. Maybe it's a misprint.
Let me see.
I knew it was there all along.
More for the crossroads? Little black dot. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. It was probably... Like, where's my...
Can't believe how.
On the original, I probably was like,
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand deeply. Either way, it's a free target.
Right. So, you're at the clearing with all your horses, except for Leon's cart. Leon, what are you doing with your broke cart?
Right, so,
And
game-wise.
that warehouse full of merchandise that you
game-wise.
could hypothetically haul if you had a working cart.
what does that broken rear axle mean?
That means the cart does not move. Well, okay. The horses could theoretically drag the cart, but the cart is like this,
Yeah.
and the wheels are like that.
So it's dragging ass. It's on two
It is
wheels.
dragging
and
ass.
it's-
Yes.
The last time that happened, Pocket fixed it. Pocket's not there.
Yeah. But Pocket's not there.
Aerith's not there, Crag's not there,
Okay.
you're all alone in the world.
In a calm, cool, and collected manner that, is the world of smuggling
And looting.
and looting. hmm
Yeah.
If I look around, I poke my head in the warehouse, might I see another wagon?
It's almost like we have a skill for this called scavenging.
I hope wagon isn't an actual obstacle on that.
Scavenge
It's
wagon.
about to be.
$294.
Thank you.
Left side.
Thank you.
Or at least it is over here.
Yep. So, I would put this under valuable items.
Yeah?
Obstacle 4.
Okay. What's that rooted in?
Perception.
Sweet.
So obstacle 8.
Forks are appropriate wises. You could fork in, black market wise and supplier wise,
Yeah?
and any other wises that you feel are appropriate once you run them by me, and maybe anything else.
You have wagon wise.
I don't have wagon wise, no. I should have wagon wise though. I'm going to I should open wagon wise. No, other than those two, I don't think I have any that would otherwise apply here.
Do you have an affinity for wagons?
I don't have
Affinity for scavenging?
No.
Affinity for looting?
I mean,
I'm just making shit up now.
you know.
Fair, we can just make up traits.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, let's go. How many? You said 4? So 8?
Yes.
8. Cocked.
Cock.
That wasn't.
I don't think it could save the day, but...
Got a 1.
Wow.
Got solid 1.
More accurately, you have
A 6.
5 ones
I have 5 1s.
and a 6.
That's 1 6. So,
I don't think any amount of Artha can fix this.
no.
Well, yeah, a deep bite.
No.
They swim through the crossroads, pick up their other horses, and Aerith's small wagon and wait at Leon's. Leon ends in an E, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, I've been writing that wrong all session.
The one.
Leon's. You know how there are words that when you see them before you know how they're pronounced, you develop a pronunciation of them,
Yeah.
but then you hear that word not knowing how it's spelled, and so you think that there are two different words that sound similar.
Mm-hmm.
So one of those words for me was rendezvous.
Really?
Yeah, because I would see it in text and I would say like rendezvous.
Yay!
Take a fate point.
You did it! You did it! Yay!
Good lord.
Okay.
Shenanigans.
Okay.
Alright.
Wow, where were we? Ah, yes.
We were waiting for.
Right.
So you decided that you were going to look for a wagon inside the warehouse.
Yeah. I did not find a wagon.
Rolled 1 out of 8.
So actually, you did find a wagon.
Yeah.
That's a broken axle.
No. You also found 4 guards and 6 warehouse workers that were roused from their napping by the sound of the back door being ripped off.
Yeah.
Ow.
So, one of them says, "Get him." And what would you like to do in response
I would
to
like
this?
to run.
You would like to run.
Yeah. Oh, Crag. I'm gonna need some. We're gonna have a talk in the morning about just going to get some horses.
Oh.
Got biscuit and flapjack.
Okay.
Would you like to fork in anything like streetwise or stealthy or anything that might give you some kind of advantage in throwing them off?
Stealthy because it is nighttime and
It is?
running into the night.
Yes, okay.
With your night vision.
Look, if they can't see me, I can't see them.
See how I caught that?
Nice
Okay.
job.
Thank you, but
Okay.
we're already looking like this.
Oh my.
No!
Is that you?
I have
The game
3
ma-
successes.
The Game Master strikes again.
The good news is, the good news is that I'm okay.
Yeah. This is fine.
Okay,
Everything's fine.
so you are tackled to the ground
Yeah.
and hauled back into the warehouse and tied up by the guards.
Yep. Solid work.
Yeah.
You gotta go outside.
I didn't say I was good at this.
I never accused you of being good at
That's
this.
what the best part is.
Yeah, you did it anyway. Is that still a fate point?
Oh, what is it, Tally? Did it smell weird?
Poor Callie gets to have surgery.
Oh no.
Both of her rear knees.
Oh, yeah.
Stay away from the camera, you. No.
Allie, no.
Callie.
It's her peanut butter jar thing down there.
Yep.
She's dragging the camera.
Oh, there it goes. Damn it.
Hey, hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You gotta do a potty?
Did it get unplugged?
I don't know.
No.
Oh. You gotta go potty?
Tally.
Let's go potty.
Let's go outside.
It's outside.
But that was not good.
Did it pull it?
It seems to be fine. Inshallah.
Potty.
What does that mean? Inshallah.
If God wills it.
Oh.
I will give you some nuance afterwards. Or I guess since this is going to be... edit this out.
Right?
Edit this out!
Yeah. So basically in... depending on which Arab culture you're in... it's also really tonal, actually. So... if someone says, like, you're telling someone, like, hey, yeah, and if you just do this and that and this and that, and they're like, oh, yeah, inshallah. It's like, oh, yeah, whatever. But if they say, inshallah, that means, like, fuck yeah! So... a lot of the time it's just used as whatever, though.
Yeah. If it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Which further
So
means
be it.
I ain't gonna do shit for it, though. So if it happens, it's because it is an act of God. Because I ain't fucking doing it.
This may be a stretch, but do you know the phonetic components of inshallah? Like, is that
In Arabic,
Hi.
insha or inch Allah?
inshallah. Like, Allah is God. So,
Go upstairs.
I've
Couch.
isolated a
Go to
word.
the couch.
Yeah.
Go to the couch.
that was a little nerve-wracking.
Bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Hence, Allah Akbar
Yep.
is praise Allah.
Hopefully.
Record this.
Begin recording. Bring him into
You gotta lay down up there.
the warehouse and tie him up.
All the way down. Sit down.
So,
Can you sit down?
what would you like to do in your newfound home?
Oh, bye.
Is it going under the table or?
Let's start raving about how they made me do it, and
Okay.
the rest of them are getting away.
Would you like to make a falsehood or a
Yeah.
conspicuous test? Or
That'll-
something else?
It'll be a falsehood test.
Okay.
To
Okay. I will get
and
and
I would like to try to bargain with them.
in the same test or as a separate test?
I think it'll be the same. Like, look, they're getting away. They put me up to it. They just had me come in here, and they said go in that door and look around. Look, I'll give up. I'll give up where the boss is.
So this is like forking and haggling?
Okay. So you're forking and haggling.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
obstacle 4.
So Leon doing something he's bad at, followed by something he's good at. Theoretically.
We'll
Theoretically.
see.
Yeah, no, I'm really bad at that. That's a 1. I'm just
Leon doing something he's bad at, followed by
a
something
1, and it's a 5. Like, there's no 6s here. There's no redemption tonight.
How much fate do you have?
Not that much. Look, I need 6s. That's the problem. You said that was OB4?
Yep.
Yeah, that would be difficult.
Are you saturated with difficulties?
No.
Okay, so that helped you.
Yeah.
Okay.
This isn't your town, is it? This is just not your city.
Everything
not
has
your
not
name.
gone good
Which
for you here.
language did you say that in?
The wrong one?
You said they speak the Clendon and Tamark.
Yeah.
when I heard get him, was it in a Clendon or to Mark?
To Mark.
Then I'm speaking to Mark.
Okay. So, failure by a margin of 3.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We're going on a journey tonight. You think I'm out of town. You don't know where the wagon is. Oh, yeah.
Did we wait for you for a day? Are we still at the house? Are we not at the house?
No, we went to the crossroads to get my horse.
But he doesn't know that
and
yet.
I know. But we went, hopefully, to where we think he's gonna be.
And he's not there.
He
He's
went
not
to
there.
where because he left you guys a note, so you went to where he said to go and wait for him.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah.
So you're probably sleeping there for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Which is fine.
What are you?
I'm just thinking about
Just
since
water back there.
Oh. It's very
you
disconcerting.
attempted to lie to them and bargain with them. So, in the light of that failure, do they believe you and not take your bargain? Or do they not believe you and think that you have some other motive?
50-50, rolling dice. Odds are even.
Well, and the other thing is, you didn't fork into Mark, so you're not hiding your accent. Which, this isn't like a gotcha thing, but it's just one of those like, what can we do with this? So, highs or lows?
Lows.
Lows, they believe you but don't take your bargain.
Sure.
All the way down.
This is the essence of it, folks.
Yes.
Rolling a 6 when you want a 1, and rolling nothing but 1s, 2s, and 3s when you want 4s,
Yes.
5s, and 6s. Okay.
Couch. Go sit down. She's gonna sit right on that.
So one of them says, "No, we already work for the boss in this town. The boss wouldn't loot from himself. We'll take you to the boss tomorrow."
Great.
Okay, anything else that you would like to do for the rest of the night?
What's the odds on me escaping?
How are you escaping?
That I am tied to.
You are tied to a load-bearing post inside the warehouse
I would like to
with rope
try
around your
to
wrists.
free myself from the load-bearing post
How will you do this thing?
by shimmying.
Okay.
I'm trying to reach the knots. I'm not saying it's gonna work.
Okay.
An agility test is an agility test.
Yeah.
But like that be like if someone is staring at me all night, I'm not. But if no one's looking at me, I'm gonna try.
Well, this is one of those like.
At the same time, the keep's on fire, and there's people screaming. There might be some distraction.
So there's a skill called Escape Artist, apparently. Which I was looking for earlier, but I didn't see it. See, now isn't that a thing? So
I don't have it
the
in my-
Knots skill.
Neither do I.
The Knots skill on 280 is securing a person is Knots versus Escape Artist or Power at double obstacle. But then
there's
no Escape Artist.
We could presume it's rooted in agility.
I think we can assume it's rooted in agility. Or,
Right. I would like to escape artist.
since your agility is higher than your power, maybe.
I mean, yeah, that is valid, but I mean, like, you know, if we're going to unlock a skill here named Escape Artist, I have a feeling I may need it in the future.
You don't
Wow,
want
with this group?
flex out of it.
Him, flex.
I know that I cannot flex out of it.
What's your power like, 2?
3. It's average. It's average.
In this group?
It's average, guys, I swear.
No, in this group, you're below average.
I think Pocket's at like a 6.
I think Pocket's at a 7 now.
Wait, my power?
Yeah.
7.
So the average is 7.
So you're everybody's gimp.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay. Yeah. Alright.
So
The diver and the 10 bicycle.
So the good news is none of them are sailors, so they don't have the knots skill. So they're rolling agility to secure you.
Can I fork in inconspicuous or stealthy?
To do it without being seen?
Yes.
Sure.
Inconspicuous or stealthy. I mean, it doesn't matter.
I would say stealthy.
Got a 6.
And a 4.
Okay. I have 3. And I rolled the first 6 of the night. We're using that Artha.
Yeah.
Got myself into this situation.
You're gonna get yourself
I'm
out.
gonna roll 1.
Bag of chips.
Cocked bag of chips is what it is.
The cursed die.
Solid.
You can re-roll the trader. It's a fate.
Oh. Yeah. I'll roll a trader now. Do I get another 1? No, I get a
Nice persona for additional dice.
We're escaping. We're escaping. We're escaping!
4.
Okay, 4.
You have escaped with 4. God's help in these 3 Artha. It's gonna fit.
Oh, it will fit. You may not like it, but it'll fit.
More wiry than they thought I was.
Bro, you got the necklace.
So you're able to cup your hands and slide the slightness of your wrists between the bonds so loosely tied.
You're dainty,
I'm
Vince.
dainty. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. The lack of muscle just...
Alright. And like any other greased hamster, you are suddenly free.
Okay.
You're just not out yet. But you're free.
Ah! Well put, but you're not out yet.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic character idea.
Hamster?
Greased hamster. So like a Houdini or a Chris Angel kind of character who
Okay.
just escapes things.
Okay.
I have a ball they can go in.
Yeah.
And you can name your character Boo, and he's got a henchman named Minsk.
What's the oil lantern situation in here?
Oh, there's an oil lantern.
Need to lube yourself out?
Greased up to
Burning.
I would... If I look at the back door, what do I see?
You see some hinges dangling by screws and a door that is laying on the ground outside, and your broken axle wagon and your 2 bored horses.
No one standing at the otherwise open door?
Sure, there's probably a guard who's leaning there and being like, man, he might fall asleep or he might not.
Do I see any other windows or exits from my vantage point other than the locked front door?
So there is a loft with a large open cargo door so that things can be hoisted into the loft, and there's a hoist on the outside.
The open cargo door is in the wall or in the...
In the wall. like there's a. So the second floor loft is it doesn't cover the whole floor. It covers like about half of the back of the building, and then there's like, or I'd say a third of the back of the building, and then there's wings in the there's walkways along the sides, and the other third in the front.
Okay.
And so it's open in the middle, and you can see through that opening in the middle the open cargo door in the back on the second floor.
Where's the nearest stairs?
On the other side of the wagon that you scavenged.
What?
Remember when you rolled to
Oh,
scavenge?
yeah.
You did scavenge a wagon that was guarded. And is not hooked up to horses.
Yeah.
Or have any of your things in it.
Or have anything in it. Yeah.
Nice wagon though.
So what I would like to do we have a guard on the back door. The horses are outside. What I would like to do is use if the lantern is readily available.
It's hanging from a nail.
Is that the only source of light in here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if it moves, people are going to notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
Maybe.
Unless you do it inconspicuously.
No one sees the moving lantern. What's in here? Boxes?
Baskets and boxes, yeah. Wooden boxes, wicker boxes, textiles, lumber, non-perishable goods and materials.
I will just try to sneak out to the top floor and out the back.
So a stealthy test.
Yes, a stealthy test.
Is that your stealthy?
Or his perception.
Ooh. Okay.
It is my stealthy.
Okay. 2 successes?
Yes!
This is perception.
Ha!
We're able to...
I'm shocked.
Quiet as cat's feet.
Indeed, quiet as cat's feet. Leon is able to sneak around the wagon, up the stairs, and to the door, the cargo door on the second floor, and can climb down.
Okay.
Or fall down.
Or fall down.
Up to you.
I would like to exit as stealthily as possible.
Okay.
And then I would like to assess the odds of me getting Flapjack and Biscuit what's the term for it?
Unhitched.
Unhitched, yeah.
You can unhitch him.
Without the notice of the...
Let it ride.
Alright, yeah. I will unhitch them and ride.
Okay. Leading one of them.
Yes.
Okay. All you have to do is make a riding test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that rooted in?
Will, I think?
Will
Or
or
agility.
Both. Will agility.
Will agility.
Willity.
Will.
Just will?
Just will.
Well, howdy do.
Back to ship. No. That is 1.5 successes.
So you got 3?
I got 3.
Okay, that's more than my 2. Alright, you are able to abscond with your 2 horses.
Okay. I head...
If you want, you could probably grab a few things out of the wagon too. You are riding them either bareback or on their tethering saddle thing, which is not very comfortable to ride, but you can do it.
Yeah, because I assume they would have bridle and all their tack stuff, and then like the wagon hitches to them, so I would unhitch their tack from the wagon.
Yeah, it's just that tack is not
meant
designed
to be ready. Yeah, I know, I'm with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
What would be in the wagon?
Your personal belongings?
Like if you had a bag.
A bag.
Or
Yeah, grab.
yeah, so,
Yeah.
okay, you've got your bare necessities from your empty wagon otherwise. I think it was empty.
It was.
It held a crag at one point.
Yeah, it was otherwise. I was hoping to be filled.
It was cragged.
It was cragged. Yeah.
I know it's a
Oh, it was a good wagon.
pelts of about 3 million forest critters.
It had held many forest critter pelts as well at some point. So you abscond and can make it back to your own rendezvous point.
Yes.
All right. So riding around either to the left or the right of the crossroads, the eastern sky is starting to change color with the approaching sunrise, and you meet at the clearing. And so, dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to not be imprisoned.
Well, there you are. Where the heck have you been?
You
Oh,
took
where's
so
the
long.
cart?
Well, what happened was...
The axle broke.
Why not get new cart?
I was detained.
By who?
Some guards in a textile manufacturing plant.
Do we need to go take care of them?
The wagon is still there.
So we go get.
I noticed that the city is in quite a tussle.
I know
Yeah.
nothing about that.
What happened?
That was
Crag happened. Crag happened.
I was at the house. I was there when you got there, was I not? Prove me wrong. I was at the house.
I assume you went on a murder spree. Did you?
There is no
So-
blood dripping from my spear.
We've killed the entirety of
True.
houses.
Veradran?
Veradran and Curiolan
There's still one we got to
And-
kill yet.
have... No, there is not. He doesn't trust me. I killed the...
We killed people.
Yeah.
They set things on fire. I made a gerbil ball.
She set things up.
It was a full night.
Look,
I can
there's
see
still
that.
the eyeball cord attached to her spear. I threw the eyeball, it bounced.
I went back and got it. It just became entertaining at that point.
Who killed people? They got eyeballs.
So, Nadain is dead?
Crag killed so many people.
Wonderful.
No, Dana's dead.
I would
No.
kill
Well-
Deroda's dead.
Excuse me?
Super unnecessarily. Oh.
Why?
Why what?
Yeah.
We were sent here to fetch her.
I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
If we were sent here to fetch her, you were sent
You
here to
were already
fetch her.
gone. I was sent on something different. She walked into my spear. Not my problem.
Walked into his fear several times.
No, just once. That's all it took for her. Not very tough, that one.
Yeah.
Nor was the other 3 with her.
Bugs appear. It's kind of crazy.
I was sent to
Do
kill
I
all-
think that the utter massacre of House Veradran and the other nobles of this city would make up for us also killing the witch?
Probably.
You're lucky you are so good at what you do.
Look, I was called into this chamber. I was told, you go here, you kill them all. It's for the betterment of the... whatever the words they use.
Pockets.
Selective hearing.
We really need to talk about the meaning of words with Crag later.
Well, I think it's his third language.
That being said,
Well, there's one alive yet.
No, there isn't.
is there one alive or not?
No, she's dead.
I didn't
Why
find
don't
her.
I killed her myself, and he's just jealous.
Are you jealous, Crag?
No. But I have no proof she killed him.
Eyeball.
That's only proof that she did a lot of slaughter.
I mean, that does look. I mean, one eyeball does look like the rest of them. To be honest,
It's a little
that's
feminine.
gross. That's gross.
I mean, all humans have eyeballs. It
Hey,
means nothing.
Crag, I told you exactly who to kill, and then I said I killed him.
I did not see. You guys disappeared. I went into the fire to find him. I found.
And
this,
that was very brave.
I
and
did
I'm really
find
proud
this
of you.
one person.
We told him not to go
That
that
looked
direction,
up
but
royalty.
he went that direction anyway, and because he went that direction, he missed out on killing who he really wanted to kill, so he's kind of like sore about it.
No, I was just trying to fulfill what my oath requires me to do.
So, if you guys would like, somebody could make a Noble-wise test and be able to recall all of the members of House Variadran that are reported to last be living.
You know, it may be better if someone a little less inconspicuous as us, and maybe a little bit more knowledgeable of humans,
I know humans
goes
very well.
into the town and collects
If you put
information
spear tip through them here, they die.
and see
If you cut them
if there's
here,
rumors
they
of
bleed
anybody
out.
I
surviving.
have perception.
You have perception, and this would be
Just whatever
probably an OB3 wise, so an OB6 perception.
Don't go back to that bar. I heard about what happened.
I know, it was traumatizing.
So you've got
So if you
5,
get information, not
and you
that
need
bar.
one more.
A different bar.
And I
I
have 3 6s and a fate point.
may not want to show my face in and or around the southwestern districts of the city anymore.
See, that's what I do for you.
But,
You do nothing for me.
You gonna spend another fate point?
Another fate point.
You're gonna turn your
Interpretive
perception
dex.
heroic pretty quickly, if it's not there already.
Can you roll a die for me? I'm spinning a persona. I don't trust my own.
no, no, none of the dice.
You want me to roll dice for you?
Wait.
Yeah,
This is House Variadran, right?
yeah,
I can fork in sewer wise.
that you can.
Safety.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Happy day!
Well, we can't leave yet. We gotta go get the wagon, don't we?
About that.
Leon, do you want to go back for that wagon, or do you want to just buy a new one when we get back to Surin? I mean, you can have my cart. It's smaller, but it should fill the hole in your heart.
It's totally not like you had anything on the wagon, right?
How do you know? He could have had it full.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Empty, full.
It was empty.
Oh, okay.
It was a good wagon.
That being said, there was quite a bit of textiles lying about the warehouse.
Well, let's go get it then.
So,
What's wrong with your wagon?
So
Why
you
don't
want
you
to
have
go
it?
back?
do you want the answer to your question?
Yes.
Okay.
Am I confident that they're all dead?
Well, you tell me. So, before you all left on this endeavor, Edorea briefed you on the full set of persons of interest. You're going through your head and tallying. There's Nodane in her early 30s, such and such looks, and you confirmed with Pocket killed Nodane. You talked about Derota.
And I heard how she died.
She died.
See, we're supposed
Yep.
to kill her.
You
I rubbed that into Leon.
describe
Sorry, Leon.
Octavia and Carmery, both in their early 20s, and upon their description, Crag recognizes Octavia as that one that would have made a good amount of coin as a slave if you took her as a slave. So you killed Octavia, and then you recognize Carmery being the second one in the carriage with Nodane.
Yep, stab her.
And there was Jellic, the 8-year-old boy that Crag threw out the window from the 7th floor.
Oh, that's what I saw on the ground?
Woo! He can fly!
And Reken, whom it would have made the most sense that he would have been fighting alongside the Prince of Keita in the throne room where he died. So whoever kills the guy in plated mail.
That was the first one I killed.
With the arming sword, yep. And that's almost everyone
Except
Adar. Strapping man in his mid-20s.
we have to go back. And Leon needs his wagon.
You
So
do not recall having seen anybody by this description.
our task is not complete.
We're looking for someone named Adar.
How old was he?
20s.
Mid-20s.
20s. Okay.
Can you make some papers to go find where he's at?
I think that's the best idea.
Do I know, like,
Shoot.
the relations
Oh,
in
got
this tree
away.
or just the
One
names?
was never there.
What do you mean the relations in this tree?
Like, were we brief, like, you know, they
See,
wrote
you
this,
should
the
help me
history of
keep
the thing,
slaughtering
or
them.
were we just given names?
One.
So each of
Two.
these
Two.
are,
Two.
they're all brothers and sisters.
Okay.
At some option, maybe some of them are cousins, but they're the next generation after the previous
Aerith,
ruler of Surin.
how many of the other family did we get that we had to kill?
All of them. Every single one.
Are you sure?
There were 2 of them left, and after them, it was all of House Variatran, and now all of them are also gone,
But one.
except for Adar.
We must go back.
Adar sounds familiar.
So I think you're mixing up campaigns because there used to be Idar from the Patak Valley campaign.
Ah,
Idar's Mouth, Idar's Valley, Idar's
that's
Blade.
right.
Yeah, this is Adar.
My brain has
Leon also
So,
needs his wagon, so we go back.
If we could get someone to go back, verify his location, maybe he's not even in the city. And why expose all 4 of us?
Because if we best be getting the city now while we can, before it gets
And
locked
he might
up.
not even be here.
Or he maybe come rushing home if all his family's dead to take leadership.
Yeah.
And then we get him. Squish.
Wagon first.
And some guys roughed up Leon for his wagon, so we need to
Well,
go rough
I
up.
mean about that.
So we go get his wagon back, rough him up back. I mean, fair is fair, right?
In all honesty, I may have been breaking into the warehouse.
Now, why would you do that?
As I
You know
said,
what?
it
I'm
is
not
full
allowed
of
to judge.
textiles.
Question. Did they not rough you up?
They did.
Did they not cause your wagon to break?
That was technically me, but it was their door.
See? Their fault. If they would have just opened the door and helped Leon load the stuff.
And they do have a perfectly new wagon inside.
So this isn't just Crag logic. This is man logic.
I'm working with what I have here.
A hammer.
Yes. That being said, they do work for the boss, so there may be some sort of mercantile boss that
They never
reporting
mentioned the
to.
The
cat
boss?
line, did they?
The boss.
They mentioned the boss.
Yes.
Do you think the boss was the prince or a third party?
Was it the boss?
I mean,
Yeah, the boss.
It wasn't Noble, it was the boss.
It was, we'll take you to the boss.
Yeah.
so we don't think that, you know, Adar could have held
I
some.
don't think so. This is just trade.
position.
We're talking about trade guilds here.
Never know.
Nobles get bored.
Yes.
See? Now we gotta kill the boss to get Adar.
I mean, if you want to question the workers while you're in there, that's perfectly fine with me. That being said, once we steal from a warehouse or go back to the warehouse that I was stealing from,
we burn it to
may
the ground to
I'm
cover
sorry.
tracks.
attract.
You bring him to said warehouse, and the only words that they're going to tell you is,
So, just for context, and this slipped my mind, but you rode out of the gate. That warehouse was inside the gate to the city, not in Little Markia. So, it was somewhere in this area.
Yeah.
Not out here.
Yeah.
So, if you are bringing that thing
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
you will be going past a guarded gate.
How did we get out of there?
Very fast.
Yeah, very fast. I don't know. You got out.
There was
In
a
the chaos.
cake on fire.
Yes, but by now, some of the chaos has abated, and there will be increased security at the gate.
Then we go before it gets too increased. It's still dark. Yeah?
I don't know if sneaking you back into the city is wise. The wagon I'm not too concerned about.
You guys let me know what you want to do.
Honestly, with you, if we see anyone we don't like along the road, we can acquire a new wagon.
You want my wagon?
And thus, the tradition of the murderous hobo continues. You got nice shoes, boy.
We're in a land that is not of our own.
A land. Place.
So, we go to the outskirts, find you a wagon, then get us in.
Wagon, no wagon.
We still gotta go
We
in.
still have to go in and kill Eeyore.
You don't even know if he's in the city.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna
That's
make
right. We need
documents to go in and find out and talk
reconnaissance.
to him.
Someone reconnaissance. Because if the whole royal family is killed and miraculously one survived, you know that's gossip. You know people are talking. You're going to find the word on the street.
But is he going to spring up the
Can,
same
can
day?
your
or
leper
is he
people
gonna
get
show
us
up?
back in?
What?
I don't know.
It doesn't matter. We just need to know if he's in the city. That's all we need to know.
So we can ask around, hey, has anyone heard of this 8-hour guy? And
I mean-
he's important, so surely...
He's supposed to be the new leader of this
That's
area.
Well, let me get to work then.
So, who do we want to sneak in? I'm not sure we can sneak Crag in.
I believe it would just be you and me.
Yippee!
No murder.
Can't we go around the side wall and you do your stair step thing?
How tall is the outer wall of the city?
So the outer wall is shorter than the inner wall. So the outer wall is 20 feet. The inner wall to the
Yeah,
to
I
the
already made
citadel
it.
was 30
I already
feet.
made a ladder for the tallest wall there was. So these shorter walls ain't going to be no problem.
Wow.
So the
That's
answer is yes, we get in.
remarkable, actually.
But then what?
We stay at the leper house. Or maybe we get a different house for a while.
Was there or was there not another group of people that was mentioned that could have helped us in this endeavor, but
There were, but they sounded really shady.
Yep.
Not like you upstanding
really?
citizens.
So, I don't think we want to deal with them because shady people tend to do shadier stuff and may say, oh, big enough reward, we're just going to turn you in, get the money.
all we need is info.
Yeah.
We
And,
don't need to know what they know. We just need info.
okay, you go talkity talk.
But first, I think it's time for some sleep.
So we need to get in and find an empty house, but that's not with the lepers.
So are you going to sleep out here in your rendezvous point, or...
I think we get back in before it gets, like, full daylight.
Okay. Who's going in?
I think we all are, because she's going to do the step-to-these steps.
So you're leaving the horses out here.
No, we ride the horses in, but like normal people.
So are the horses going to climb the vines?
So,
Let's say,
we
oh,
have
that's two.
a lot of horses.
Yeah.
2 horses. I have 2
You
horses.
have 2 horses.
I have a
What
big
about
one.
all our other horses?
He's
You
got
do
war
have a
horse.
war horse.
He has a war horse. to
I mean, I
carry
can-
his weight.
Yeah.
Why did you get that horse?
When we had to get down here,
Oh, yeah.
and
With
you
gold
weren't
coins.
around, I bought it for him.
Yeah.
Ah.
You want to ride with me up here?
How to get out here?
By walking?
Oh, because you guys put it in Little Markia? Or
Crossroads.
Crossroads.
I mean, we
we
back.
can stable the horses here.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So you will stable your horses and your mini cart in the crossroads.
You were
we
going to have to
can
stable
ride.
my horse. My horse was off in the woods.
Okay. Are you re-corralling your horse?
Yeah, I mean, if pink squishy things want to put it in the stable, then
We can
they
ride
can, I can't.
Biscuit and Flapjack into the city. They sneak in over the wall. Because I think we need basically a flapjack to pull the new card out. You know?
I mean, or we could just avoid the heat and leave without a cart and starting more things in the town.
I thought that you wanted your stuff back.
It's heating up a little bit, and we're still trying to kill a noble.
Well, let's kill the noble and see where we're at.
Well, let's stable courses,
Okay,
kill the
yes.
noble and see where we're at.
Thank you.
We need to find a new empty house to live in for a while.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of vacant houses currently because they didn't come out of the castle
I mean,
place.
find someone you don't like, and bada bing, bada boom. Hey, look at vacant house.
Okay. I'm against killing. Oh, just go kill this family
I
so we
said
can live
someone
here.
you didn't like.
The whole town I dislike.
Okay, someone a little bit more reasonable doesn't like.
Eeny, meeny.
You know, some old crotchety drunkard that likes to kick puppies. I don't know.
Puppy shouldn't be there. Let's go beat up the people that beat up Leon then. I don't like them.
If we vacate the warehouse, we can stay there.
I just can't.
I have a feeling someone might be coming for the things, though.
That is me. Bad suggestion.
But let's just
Let's
kill
walk
this-
and talk.
So what do you guys want?
We're killing Adar,
We're going over
and
the
then
wall.
we'll figure out the cart from there.
Okay, so the two of you are going to go in on a vine ladder that you make.
Yep.
Okay. So I need some kind of way to not get noticed approaching the wall. Maybe also show me where you're climbing over the wall. Two of you are going in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, we will walk like filthy peasants.
Oh, you're not taking Biscuit and Flapjack?
No.
I don't trust
Okay.
that.
You probably need a disguise.
Yeah.
Because it's a whole new session. Even though it's coming to the end of the session, but you have not made a disguise test this session.
We two may need to wait till nightfall. Just saying.
It is past sunrise now, yes.
Yeah.
Disguise looks like an agility test.
I guess that's enough time to get.
And if I
disguise
remember, it was obstacle 4.
Am I still looking like a leper?
You would need to make... Everyone that is relying on a disguise needs to make a new disguise test.
We need new disguise.
If you want to keep
There's only
looking
so
like a
much I
leper,
can do.
you can.
I can still be leper. I don't care if people leave me alone then.
You can just be sneaky.
Okay.
Just trust in pocket.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna try to wrap back up.
Two orcs climbing over the wall.
My other disguise option, I don't know how it would work. So
I try to keep my disguise as a leper.
Okay.
As much as Craig can't do that to disguise himself.
just wrap.
Well, I'm
wrap.
still in my red stuff.
I know.
never really.
I never
rid
got
of-
out of it mine either. And it's covered in dirt and soot and people.
Well, then we stink worse, and then they really leave us alone.
It's true.
Spread the
You have
word.
disguise?
I don't need one. I'm a human.
You have perception?
Find a house and put quarantine
Yes,
sign
I
on
can
it.
help you look more like a human.
What's your perception at?
Low.
Lower than 5?
No, 7 is the keyword. Perception is 5.
Oh, actually, I would roll these 2 dice before spending fate.
Does that say print complete?
You always spend fate.
Does that say print complete?
No.
What does it say?
Bamboo and notification.
Print success.
7 out of the needed 8.
So now they...
Alright.
Yours are looking a little pointy.
I can just cut them off.
Ooh.
Okay, going forward with that. And what about you guys? Are you disguising?
What do you need to roll to disguise?
Agility.
If you don't have disguise, is it agility or perception, I think?
I might be both. Let me check before you assume and think I'm an idiot. It's agility perception.
Excuse me.
Meh.
Percept agility.
Okay.
I can try agility.
What's your agility?
6.
Oh, yeah, you definitely have better agility than I do. I can help you.
Okay.
4. This time I'm gonna try to see if I can't get a couple of peach colored roses to pop up. And
That's not a horrible roll.
oh yeah, that's really good. That's really good.
So,
And use them like honey or something to like adhere some peach petals like around my eyes where I got wrapped and everything, just so you don't have like a little bit of green showing. You got a little the peach color.
Okay. Okay.
it's actually smart.
So are
Yeah.
you forking in your phytomancy?
Oh, I helped him with his roll.
I mean about the peach petals.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can for both of us,
Okay.
because I've already grown the roses, so I have rose seeds.
Okay.
So this time, instead of just specifically growing it for the rose vine, for the thorns, I went the flower. So I
Okay.
can take the peach
So-
roses and...
You can help him with
Yeah.
one of those, and you can fork in phytomancy for yourself.
Okay.
The disguise stock from between man and orc is going to be obstacle 2 or obstacle 4 if you don't have disguise.
I don't have disguise.
Okay, so it's obstacle 4.
6.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay.
And I rolled. I got a bunch of 6s in there, a couple of 6s, so I can actually increase it. The higher that gets, the better disguise.
Sure.
Hey, baby.
Oh, I got a bunch of 6s.
5.
Oh, you got the
I
bunch
just got
of
5 6s. I just got Yahtzee.
Yahtzee, open them up. Why
Like,
not?
look, come here, look.
This guy's
I gotta show somebody. I have to show somebody.
Would you like it for record?
I gotta show somebody.
Open it up.
Would you like to...
Become a
Those
mouse.
4 right there and that one right there.
Okay. Do you want to...
It's open.
Open those
it's already
6s?
open.
How is it already open?
Spidomancy.
Phytomancy's open.
So you're forking phytomancy into it, but the primary skill that you're working on is disguise, and you don't have disguise, so
I don't have disguise.
you're either using perception or agility.
I was helping him with the agility. You had me roll for my growing the flowers.
I'm really confused.
No, you're rolling for your
Disguise.
disguise test.
And forking in phytomancy.
Oh no, I helped him for one because that's what I said we were doing it together. His agility was higher, so he took 1 dice from me.
One
For
dice.
his disguise.
He was helping me. I helped him.
So he rolled for both of you.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm up to an 8.
Okay. An 8 agility.
Yeah.
Or 8
Yeah.
Agility.
successes.
So 4.
Okay. Alright.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, he took 1 helper die from me.
Okay.
Okay. Now I understand.
And I opened it. Does it need to be higher?
No, it does not. If you want it to be, it can be. And your disguise is... So, if you are going for being disguised as a leper, then it will only make it a more perfect leper disguise. You still have your size, your physical stature to deal with. You're a conspicuous leper.
Uh-huh.
Hunch.
I hunch a little.
Yeah,
Maybe with a walking stick.
but are you sure you want to be going in as lepers?
No, because they know they're looking for lepers.
I mean, I don't know how well my roses are gonna do.
What else is there for sickly people that no one wants to touch?
People with pox?
The pox. How would they look different though? Would they be covered differently instead of just a bunch of bandages?
You're looking for lepers? Oh no, we have the pups.
Right?
Totally different. Totally different.
No.
We don't
something
even
different.
talk to lepers. Like, we're so beyond their leg.
I mean, we're going to go in at night for one.
Yeah.
We're scaling the gate.
Mm-hmm.
I don't foresee us getting this taken care of in one night.
Yeah, but what do we disguise as?
I mean, if we're already in the town.
What kind of clothes do the guards wear?
The gate guards or the guards that roughed him up?
I didn't know. It would be the ones that I've seen. So
The
that
guards.
patrol,
So generally they would.
the night patrol.
So if
the
they were
city.
city guard, they were generally wearing a gamison, maybe with a coat with the city crest on it over, like a surcoat, and they would be carrying spears or glaives or bows or something like that.
So
Staves,
who's
cudgels,
dressed
what
as
have
city guard?
We don't have garb. You're still big. It's not gonna. And we're green. We got green. Well, I mean, you have green skin. I have blue-green.
Bling.
I'm kind of ashy right now.
That's true. So yeah, green, blue-green.
I will be an albino.
Okay.
Ash, right? Kind of turn white.
Oh, right! That reminds me. It actually... So if it's at 8, it's still probably fine, because I was just remembering you don't have a disguise kit. So it'd be no tools.
But we're just kind of reapplying what we already have.
But then that would put you back as lepers.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to end up being at lepers because it covers our skin the most.
Okay.
Unless we can figure out something else. And you want me to go as it?
I'd rather be walking around the city as a leper than what I am. People ignore sick people. It's kind of hard to ignore this.
What other things are people ignore? Sick,
The poor.
the poor.
You be poor and sick.
I can be poor and sick, so I have crappy leper clothes. Oh wait, I already had that.
I mean, if we're scaling the wall, they're going to think we've been in the walls this entire time. The only problem is your leper friends caused a little bit of a hubbub.
Yeah, but
I
we
will
cut
do
him
a
out
little-
of it
I'll-
and killed everyone that
I will
wanted them dead.
make me some kind of crutch to lean on so I don't maybe can crouch down a little and walk weird and be really sickly. And then we'll stink a little. They'll leave us alone. We got gore on us and smoke.
Because
Oh, to add
that's
to the
not...
constant pickle smell. Great.
Well,
Smoked pickles.
I get up. That's right. Smoked pickles. Smoked turkey leg. Do you want them?
Ugh.
No? Okay. Pickled.
So lepers?
Lepers. Yeah,
Okay.
lepers.
Alright.
Because
So,
I can't think of anything else off the top of my
We're
head.
using flower petals for skin in some places.
I gotcha. So go ahead and give me some kind of stealthy roll to approach the wall without being seen, and then grow your vine ladder.
Wait until night. Oh, we've got to wait till night. They can go in during the day.
Okay, so you're waiting till the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have stealth. I can help
Big
with.
moose.
Because yours is probably higher.
Inconspicuous.
I have it too.
I think I even have it as a skill now.
Ready?
Yeah. Did you mark it up?
I have 1 success, and you have none.
Can I help him be conspicuous?
Please.
Would
I
that
help
been
you
a
be inconspicuous.
challenging
have
agility
it
test?
conspicuous?
I have inconspicuous.
Woo.
Do you need stuff like dye or what are you needing?
He needs to not be noticed by the guards as he's going through, and you're not there.
I'm not there. Yeah, you're
Would that have
daytime.
been a challenging test for agility?
So it would be an obstacle 6, because it's double obstacle for not having the skill and double obstacle again for not having the tools. So it would normally be a 2, but doubled and doubled again. Meaning the 2 was doubled again, so...
So
2 cubed.
challenging.
What was your initial roll? With help. Because she helped you.
So 7 dice total with help was my initial roll.
Then it would be a difficult.
Difficult. Okay.
Okay, so...
Is that perception?
Yes. So you are inconspicuously through the gate.
Yes. Great success.
Ain't it?
I assume we would know where they're coming over at night.
Yeah, we kind of like spent like a whole 5 hours plotting.
I'm fine with you guys saying that you had arranged a rendezvous
Yeah.
at a certain time of day. Say sunset or maybe whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So what are you doing during the day?
I would... What was that?
Gossip.
I would be trying to forge a letter to our friend. What's his face?
Adar?
Yeah.
Forge. Okay, go ahead and make a forgery test.
This is going to be from some otherwise,
Would you like to make a perhaps noble-wise test to figure out a real person that would have reasonably sent Adar a letter?
You mean my new skill that's open?
I'm just
Noble-wise?
suggesting.
Adar... So can I fork in Surin-wise? Cause
Sure.
he's very adroit.
You want to make a suggestion?
2 successes on noble-wise. The skill.
Okay, so with it being a wise...
Uncommon, or I think interesting fact.
Interesting fact. So it would seem that another... So, another person would be perhaps Krennis of House Tyravan, whom is also on your list of houses to seek out. They fled Surin into northern Klenda. Sheridan.
What was that name again?
Krennis of Tyravan.
Eight, 7, and 4. What's the average? 6?
12, 21 divided by 3 is 7.
Yeah.
No, that's not right. Yeah, that's right. 8,
Right.
7, and 6?
4.
8, 7, and 4.
That's 19.
19, yeah. So it'd be,
6.
yeah, and change.
Okay.
6.3 repeating.
It will be something to the effect of the survivors of House Tyravan.
Oh, by the way, you got, when were you guys going to sleep? Because you have been, like, up this whole time.
Yeah, that's what it was. We find a place, sleep, and then forge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great
We're
idea.
sleeping during the day and half and wall at night, so.
Well, you have big guys right now.
No.
Sleep during
You may want more
most of the day and sneak into
So are you
the
planning
evening.
to forge a
Because it was
letter and try to send
Leone
it?
and
Morning.
It was morning,
Aerith.
yeah.
We had a
Tried to deliver it.
Whole days.
infiltrate
Like we're the courier.
city.
No.
Aerith.
Tried to deliver it to see where he is.
Conspicuous Test.
So are you delivering the letter, or are you passing it off to
Of course,
somebody?
try to deliver it.
So
you
you would be the courier.
Yes, of course.
guy, you find a place at an inn or something, or
We're finding a new empty house.
We would find it.
you're still outside
Yeah.
sleeping in a bush.
Yeah, we're outside.
We'd find it
You guys
for
were
the morning.
sleeping during the day. So
Yeah.
when are you guys gonna sleep?
After we
an inn.
find an inn.
Okay, you'll find an inn. Okay, they find an inn, sleep, and then Leon forges a letter to Adar, Ariadran, ostensibly from Krenis Tyravan.
Requesting assistance and aid as House Tyravan was
Aid
set upon by a horde of goblins.
House
Villainous.
course.
Tyravan was set upon by a horde of goblins.
They're moving their camp, southwest, and details.
Moving their camp southwest, etc. Okay.
Calling for reinforcements to try to meet them at a specific point, etc. So that's the gist of the message.
Okay.
Um,
Calling for Adar to meet them.
to send knights and
Send
other forces
knights, forces, aid
aid
to where?
at the spot that's southwest of the woods that they were in that I made up.
That's pretty
Couple.
nearby.
To a made up.
I mean, they're up there.
I mean,
Are you
Up
actually
here.
giving them a spot to actually send it to that you know is a spot? Or
those woods?
are you just saying that place we know?
My character would send them would pick a spot that would otherwise suit the false message.
Okay.
A
Okay.
place that he knows. I'm just saying that wherever I'm saying they we're going. We are currently moving southwest, and
Leon.
by the time this message should reach you, we should be able to rendezvous at Hayden Stone.
Okay, gotcha.
Northwest of,
Alright.
etc.
Make your forgery test.
Do I get a die from him?
What's the die for?
I can assist with Elven script, or
The die would be for
dictate.
believability because it's coming from his friend.
That's
Oh, you mean
He
from
did his noble test.
You can check
Oh.
on mine if you want. It's
Yeah, I'm good with that.
it's tally.
So.
Didn't know we're
That's Santa again.
How are we doing so far?
Got 3.
What do you need?
I hadn't given you an obstacle
Oh.
yet, but I'm good with 3.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Happy day.
Happy day.
Ooh, except there's a seal part. So, the stamp or seal, if you want this to be a fully believable document, letter, it's sealed with wax. You need to
Seal it with wax.
and mimic the stamp that would be on the seal, and that's an obstacle 4. The letter itself, if it's unsealed, is plausible at a 3.
So ask a question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I guess since he got a bonus die from a previous test I did, can I no longer assist in this current test? Because otherwise I have suggestions for assisting.
Go on.
I have lots of craft skills, so I could help him
Wax
by
Nancy.
Waxamancy.
providing
You can make the
not
die.
the wax. Wax isn't hard to get,
Smith.
but
Yeah, just.
basically fabricating the seal. We have candles in the room.
I got you.
Carving.
I have smithcraft.
Do you have heraldry?
I do have heraldry.
Yeah, so you could help with heraldry and describing the Tyravan coat of arms that would be on the seal.
Yeah.
You could, yeah, sure.
Thank you for the additional information.
Yeah. Oh!
Shit, yeah, I know, but
I forget we can work carefully
I
all the
know.
time.
Did you
I'm
want
gonna-
to work carefully?
I would like to work carefully. I have nothing to do today. Except for do this.
Super carefully.
Extra carefully.
You know how Delphi can't do that. This game's racist.
Is that 3?
Just gonna open up this 6 here.
Okay.
Come on! Hey, that's open. Hey!
Okay, 5.
Okay. Forgery.
I already took my
5 out of
Oh, yeah, I already took my
4
forgery test.
with help from
But I used one of those.
Aerith and working carefully. Okay.
Need to remember to work
So the
carefully.
good news is you've
Very
convincingly
carefully. Okay.
forged the whole thing. Sealed, looks legit. Bad news is it's going to take you
All day.
not only that, you can either leave it and lose your momentum to go and meet these two, or Aerith goes and meets these two while you continue to work on this.
I think Ghost meets these two.
Okay. I will stay here and finish the letter.
Okay, no more breaking into warehouses while I'm gone.
That was
The one-off thing?
more of opportunity. Also, I thought we were not coming back.
I was thinking that too. I'm gonna go meet them.
Okay. So how are you getting to the rendezvous point?
Inconspicuously.
Okay. You're going to need that. You know why?
Town watch.
Not only that,
Of which they are of reduced number.
they are a what?
Of reduced number?
They are. But you know what else is of reduced number? The number of successes that you made versus the obstacle of your disguise test. So, you need inconspicuous.
I have a weird question.
Yeah.
Can I do this patiently by like taking like the long way around back streets?
You can work carefully.
Do I want to keep them waiting?
Meanwhile, you two can go ahead and make your stealthy test.
I work very carefully. 2 weeks later,
You're helping me with stealth.
you arrive to a note.
It's like the fucking Japanese soldier still thinking it's World War II.
Oh God.
Did you already roll?
I did.
Is this for getting up to the wall, or?
Yes, stealthy to get to the wall without being noticed.
Uh
Get
oh.
it?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Is that perception?
Yeah.
That's a skill.
Oh, that's a 5. Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
So we have a tie.
I don't have any colons.
So that's
Use a
kind of the thing.
Oh,
Generally, the
that's
ties
6.
goes to the defender, I thought. But let's.
Am I the defender, or are they?
I would say since you're trying to sneak into their city or sneak around their city, they're defending against you.
Okay.
But let's see here.
Or is he defending because they're observing?
Yeah, I am defending myself from them by avoiding their gaze, and they're attacking me with their eyes. I'm fine with whatever.
Okay.
I lost my eraser. It's just gone.
No.
Inconspicuous. It's dark. We might get no damage for that. Because we can see. Well.
I don't think I can seduction them. I can have it, but I don't think it's going to do much.
I would say that with a tie, in this case, I could consider that both sides could be considered aggressors. In your case. And therefore, it's at a deadlock. There are a few close calls where there's, a cluster of guards that spot you in the crowd and they're like, hey! And you make a line down an alley and you are able to lose them.
We have a little Scooby-Doo chase.
You do have a Scooby-Doo chase, but you're able to lose them, but you are no closer to the rendezvous point and are going to have to find another way to resolve how to get there. How'd that test go?
I have 3 successes. Could I fork in hearing so that,
You mean your big ears?
yeah.
Sure. It's not forking, it's using your die trait.
Okay. 4 successes.
Do we get a bonus dice for it being dark and we can see and they cannot?
Sure! That works too. You can use your heat sight, they don't have it.
Okay.
That's another die.
6.
And it's open already, is it not? You opened it, didn't you?
Yes, I used a fate point to open. Alright, so that's 5 in all.
Okay. Has to keep working while Aerith goes to
arson
rank
to
up
create
with
a
Crag
flare
and Pocket.
to attract them.
Yes.
Pocket.
Might have stealthy.
Crag. Make a stealthy test
I will
with
assume.
how many total successes?
5.
5 out of 2 acquired. To approach wall. Pocket creates another vine ladder with her vitamancy.
Yes.
And she can let me know what her test result is at any time.
For the ladder?
Yeah.
There's...
You want me to pull up the obstacle again?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, I'll work carefully if I can, but it's gotta be done before daylight.
So it's obstacle 3.
I have 1. Working carefully.
And so it's gonna take some hours to grow this ladder anyways. So you'll be growing this ladder for a while, so if you want to work carefully, that's fine. It's just gonna take you even longer.
Okay. I'm gonna work until I start seeing... I might speed up if the sun starts coming up.
Okay, so you're working carefully?
Yes.
Okay, so did you take your additional die?
No.
Okay.
That's 1.
Yep.
Oh.
And your affinity with plants?
That's a success.
Okay, so you've got 2.
Do I have to die?
Persona add to die.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a persona.
Okay.
Do you have any fate? You can reroll a traitor.
Yeah, I've got fate. Alright, so let's do fate first. Reroll a traitor. Still a traitor.
Best down, little bitch.
Alright. Persona. And that allows me to reroll.
Gives you an extra die.
One extra die.
Great
6.
success.
Which is open.
Which is open. 4.
Four
So I'm at 4 successes right now.
Okay, you are able to grow this ladder over the course of several hours. How?
Stealthy.
Okay. Go for it.
So, speed. We're doing it carefully, and I am keeping them waiting.
Okay.
Which I don't think is going to be an issue based on if I just heard she's like going to take like 10 hours to go find.
Yep.
And is inconspicuous a fork for stealthy. You know?
I would say in this case, because you already failed on a inconspicuous, that is not an
Acceptable.
appropriate one. But you've piqued my curiosity about whether it would be normally. Oh, yeah. It doesn't say so normally, but otherwise, stealthy works. You're
And,
just taking the alleys and stuff
What is
like that.
the hour?
That
Would
you're-
it being dark and smoky and else having lower light vision assist?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my dice pool. Stat. So now you work. 6.
All right, you're able to take the alleys and
Roll.
1 on perception.
Really?
Yep.
Inconspicuous forks are acting, so I think it's two different. Stealth is not
Yeah.
being seen. Inconspicuous is being seen,
But not picked out.
suspiciously.
Seen but not noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's Waldo? Would that just be a training manual for observation?
Where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Find the rival guard in this picture.
Find Crag.
There he is. There he is.
There's a green skin in the keep. Can you find him?
There he is.
And one, he's just like standing behind a lamppost.
Yeah.
The shoulders bulging out either side.
Okay, you had how many?
I
Six.
had 6. Versus 1. 6 times the success.
Okay, so you do get there significantly later than you had wanted to, but they are still not there.
Well, that's not helpful at all.
Do you want to wait for them? Okay, you are waiting. You're still writing and like etching the seal in with a knife into the hot wax.
Yeah.
And
Dun, 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 dun.
And then the cuss words come because he has to
One
start.
might argue I may take a nap before morning.
You
It's
might.
that long.
Yeah. Okay, so you are finally able to get over onto the wall. Are you gonna climb down the wall on another vine ladder? Or
Just rope.
rope? Okay.
Is there people down there?
You can find a spot where you can climb down the rope into like behind a building or an alley or something
Okay.
like that.
When we get to the bottom, I'm gonna see if I can make this vine look a little bit more natural. Still, like going up the wall, just with maybe a little shoots off of it. So if we ever had to use it again, we could run over here and grab it and climb up. But I just want it to look a little bit more natural and not just like a rope hanging down off the wall.
The rope. Okay. Okay. So make another stealthy test then. Or inconspicuous, actually. It looks like it's supposed to be there. Ish.
You know, like growing stuff over it and like in a corner somewhere and it fall on the brick a little bit. Look like ivy would.
So, is this a vine or is this rope?
This is vine. I just like rope vine down.
Okay. Got it.
It's what, 20 feet?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing.
Okay. So, can you please make a perception test?
I would love to make a perception test. Is this based on sight?
Hearing. And do you speak to Mark?
To Mark. No, I've got a Glendon.
Okay. Well, you can catch
3.
patches of it through in a Clinton that just things that you hear people talking about on the street in the later evening and early night about how there's this big fire in the keep that and there was this massacre of orcs that came through. There were like 100 of them and they just killed everybody that they could find and tried to burn the place down, and they were helped by the lepers, and the Marins were probably in on it tomorrow, and the guard's going to move through Little Markia tomorrow and teach them a lesson. And the lepers were clearly in on it, and yeah, there's people seem to be anxious because the prince is dead, and nobody knows who's in charge right now, and so one of the prince's knights is kind of like trying to take over.
And not doing a good job. Yep.
That's unclear. As you keep listening through the evening, apparently there are several of the prince's knights that are trying to take over.
So now there's a fight for power.
It feels good.
Instability.
And so as these two plop down on the ground and you see them, that's probably where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh.
I think we need to find a place to sleep first.
I think you guys need to take a deed point for extinguishing the line of the throne of Keita and almost completely extinguishing the line for House Variadran.
Oh.
In addition to your 2 and 1.
That meme though. I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part. I'm in the warehouse not doing fucking shit.
Amazing.
And in this session, there was 0 days game time passed. We're still on the same day.
No,
Yes.
There was
we're on the
Next
next
day.
day.
No, you're not. It was just after midnight when we began. You snuck out.
Yeah,
You slept all day.
it's just after midnight.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't take that most of the...
Not quite
It's
yet.
the same
Not
day.
quite almost a day?
No, it's the same day.
Well,
I mean, we should take pride
Do
in
we have
that.
enough time to find a place to live outside of the leper house?
So, you have just made link up.
Yep.
there will be tests.
We'll cover that next
I think
time.
the real question should be, if all these knights are rising from power, where's the one guy that's supposed to have the power?
Well, yeah.
Well, you
I
don't
mean,
know,
I
people
also
who
have that
works.
thought, but I have a feeling he may not be in the city when I get that information from the rumors, but we'll find out in the morning.
He'll
You
eventually
guys
be here.
just need to sleep. I...
need to probably rest.
No, I'm taking a nap. I'll be well rested.
He's already
I'll be
resting.
double rested.
You guys took your sweet time.
You'll be doubled in!
Yeah.
I'm leaving the elf at home though in the morning, that's for sure.
Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show.
My
Leaving the elf at home.
Yes!
my honest